Yeah, sure. I got a phone call today, and I'm pretty sure it's a good source out there. And they told me that a certain ex-friend of mine who's been in jail for a long time might be coming out might is about to come out very soon. I don't want to say who it is, but I'm pretty sure you guys, if you follow our show, knows who I'm talking about. Been in there, and somebody who we were close and very dear to me on today.
What's going on? Fucking Zoltan boy. What's going
Yeah,
on, everybody?
good, good. How
Welcome.
you doing? Yeah, you're fucking that slick, very slick. How you been?
Good. Everybody, welcome into the live stream. 52 Topics with Frank Beardolino.
And
We got a
happy
good show
birthday
tonight.
to
We're gonna have a
baseball.
couple of guests. Things are gonna get good. You'll be introduced to those guests as they arrive. Dominic Calandra, you know what? What's going on, buddy? David Price, Codfather Callie, Mike Yeaney, Jojo Christmas, Paul Boyle, and Vito De Benedetto. What's going on? So what's up, buddy? Yeah, so you said the news that came out. I don't know if Capisi came out. I think today, right? It came out. Or
Thursday,
yesterday, late, whatever it
Um,
was. But
it's
you
today.
mentioned this on Monday, right?
Well, in a roundabout way, I was. To be fair, I was probably 85% sure, and it was a very good source. That's all I'm going to say. And it is what it is. What I mean is, you guys found out today, but yeah, it's not the first time shit. I just don't like I just don't like to talk about active stuff. You know what I mean? But this is good stuff. John Alite becoming a councilman in his town. That kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and David goes, "I big time Capici." I don't see it that way. I see it that I kind of felt that there was a connection to that.
Yeah. No, we're not in a.
Yeah. No, I don't want to be that. Thank you, though, David. I don't want to be that guy. You heard it here first. That's not what we're about, anyway. But yeah, it turned out that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It did turn out to be that way, but you trusted your source and you said what you said, and it ended up to be correct, as many of us found out. I appreciate some of the people going over to James I'm like, it's not a competition. It doesn't matter. I mean, because technically Proctor didn't get it from us. He got it from Jerry Capisi. So that's fair, I suppose. But we do appreciate anybody that went over there and was like giving Frank credit for talking about it on Monday night stream. Really appreciate you people doing that. Onaja Robertson, shout out to BTF Phoenix, King James, Timothy O'Reilly, Matt. You're not late, buddy. Come on. You just missed the Zoltar bit. That's all good.
Yeah,
so I don't want to make this a Vito show and ask you a bunch of questions that but I'll just ask you because obviously people are.
What's up, Jeff? Go ahead, my man. Go ahead.
Obviously, people are going to ask. Do you foresee that person just trying to live a good life and just enjoying the rest of his years out on freedom?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's 60 years old. I didn't know a 60-year-old Vito. I knew a young guy with a lot of ambition in that world. I hope so, and I really, really do. With the bottom of my heart, I hope he fulfills everything he dreamed of when he was inside. That one day he'd come out again. You know what I mean? Do I know him anymore? I don't know him anymore. In '97, he got arrested, and I kept in touch. We communicated. We wrote letters to each other, and then 5 years later, I got taken away. But that's the guy I knew. But yeah, I wish him nothing but the best. Nothing but the best.
Lisa Piscatola, got your email. We got some photos that you sent over. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. Actually, what it is, it's opening day. And I didn't tell Frank I was actually going to wear this jersey. I actually just threw it on, being that it is opening day. So, but thank you. Roro G. Oh, I'm sorry, Roro. I must have
Hello.
I
What's
told you
up there?
the time that a guest is coming on. I'm sorry. I should have told you start time. Appreciate it though, Roro.
You
Sorry
got
about that. Yeah, we're gonna have a guest come on around 7:30, and then we'll have another one coming on about hopefully about an hour after that. Barzilette, what's going on, buddy? Probably has it in to do whatever he puts energy into. Hopefully legitimate. Yeah.
We were going to talk about today, basically the characters that you get in clubs, but a lot went on today, so we'll still talk about it in a roundabout way with the next guest that's coming on because me and this next guest, which you guys know who he is, and a good guy too. We hung out in the same places. We know the same people, and this was one of the wackiest places we ever hung out with. If there was a crazy house outside of a crazy house, this was definitely it, and it was a lot of fun too. We'll discuss that.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. Thanks for hanging out, Matt. Appreciate you, buddy. Technically still working, so if I don't say nothing, no, I appreciate you. Even if you listen, you're the
You
man.
know what?
You know what? Even if you just listen, you're the man. Yeah. So Lisa Pizzatola sent us some pictures. So I figured I'll show Frank where this is all pictures from Lisa. Where was this?
Oh yeah, of course.
Which Carvel was this? Where? Because I'm a big Carvel guy. Where was this
That's
one?
on Metropolitan. They only Carvel. Well, there was another Carvel in Mass, but this was the one in Ridgewood, across the street from the firehouse.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's funny because the last time I was in, in actually Ridgewood, and we passed by that place. I stopped at a store, and then we went around the corner. Me and a friend of mine, we took a picture of that picture at Casablanca.
Right.
And, yeah, that's Carvel. I remember that Carvel. I've been to that Carvel so many times.
Yeah. Classic. This was a cool one because I still remember being a kid and seeing these. So this is pretty funny to see. And Lisa's Pizzatola sent us these. Remember these
Sure.
things?
Of course. Yeah. 35. Of course. I was sent so many times into buying cigarettes for either my dad or my brother.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
You know, I was a kid. I remember. I think they still probably had them in some diners, maybe a hotel or whatever. They still had them around. And then
Yeah,
she sent some
for sure.
photos of Fresh Pond Diner.
Oh, wow. That's before they remodeled. Oh no, yeah. No. That's when they remodeled. Okay, of course, of course. Shout out to Jeff and Yuli out there in Cartagena, Colombia.
And then we have this place here.
Sure, the Fleur de Lis.
Yeah. Was that a
That
good
was the
was that a good
skating
spot?
hall back in the day, but a lot of people got mad. Wow, what memories? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. That's great, man. The Fresh Pond Diner. Yeah, you remember that BTF Phoenix? The Fresh Pond Road Diner. You know how many fights I had in that place?
And then some of these fires. Yeah.
That was yeah.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about those fires for sure. Shout out to Lisa for sending over those pictures. Thank you.
Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you. The diner.
Scott H said he remembers when cigs were 35 cents.
What's up, Scott?
All right.
Yeah, great photos. Good. Thanks, Lisa.
All right. So we get a guest coming on in about 20 minutes. We're going to be talking about what Frank was talking about before, and that's going to be in reference to this individual right here.
That's right. That Bobby Glasses and the coffee shop that he owned. It's like, I mean, I think he inherited a bunch of goofy bastards in that place, and I could have been one too, I guess, because I can wait. But I think he
the first guest.
Yeah, he was a good guy, man. He had the patience of a saint. God rest his soul. A really, really good guy. But a lot of fun at the Cafe Vita. And just the fucking characters were just unbelievably fucking funny. You know, just when I talk about that one, what we could talk about Iavani and just the fact that he was on The Biggest Loser. It's just a full circle into there he goes.
You know what's funny about this photo? You know what's funny about this picture? I can only keep so many photos and videos on a stream at a time. I got to move stuff out and delete it, but I keep this one here.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of this one, ladies and gentlemen. This will stay here. for a while. But we'll get to that. Let's see. King James. I'm born and raised in North Carolina. Father from Yonkers, New York. Mother from Shreveport, Louisiana. Father worked at Playland as a teen. Anyone ever go to? Is that Rye Playland? Is that what that is?
I'm assuming that's the one in Rockaway Beach. Yeah, of course.
Oh, I was thinking of Rye Playland. Unless
Rye Rockaway. I don't know if that's the same shit, but
because his father's from Yonkers. That's why I say that. So,
I gotcha.
Who knows? I'm not sure.
So so back to anybody like my sign, by the way? I got the New York Yankees. I'm a Met fan.
That's right.
That straight. But it's just because it's such an international symbol, the Yankees symbol means that to me it represents a people more than a team. But the Yankee fans might not like what I just said, but it's the most recognized symbol in the world, especially when it's worn on a hat.
Yeah. For sure. It looks good. I like it.
Yeah. So do I. I mean, I did myself. What Lewis says, fuck the Yankees. Yeah, I get it. I mean, would I wear a Yankee hat in New York City? No. Mm-mm. Would I wear one in outside of New York? Yeah, because I remember one year I was watching a playoff outside of New York, and somebody was like, fuck them New Yorkers, and it was the Yankees. And I got so fucking aggravated that this guy said that. It was like, okay, you know what? I might not like him, but he's still my brother. You know what I mean? That kind of shit.
Right.
And that's the way I felt about that.
Proletarian Assassin, what's going on, buddy? How are you, man?
Oh, cool. We just good news. We got 8:30 set, and shit. I'll send you this gentleman's email. Is that cool?
Is that how you want to do it? You have the link in your email.
No, I'll send you an email so you can send it to him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Attilia Mazenga? What's going on? Joey Frakes. Yeah, so 7:30, we got a guest coming on, and then 8:30, we're gonna have another guest. So 2 guests lined up for you tonight. So you want to hang out? I suggest you hang out. Cheech, I only met I ever liked was Keith. Oh, only met you ever liked was Keith Hernandez. All right, that's fair. Yo, Joey Frakes, what's going on?
Well, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Evening from England. What's up, Christian? Cheering for the Yankees. We talked about that, though. Cheering for the Yankees, like rooting for Dallas Cowgirls. Yeah, let's go Yanks.
All right, I'm just send you the guys. Okay. Gentleman's link. So we the first day of baseball. What do you guys got? There's a good question. You know what, hey Melissa, how you doing, baby? I haven't seen you in a while, but that's a good question. Why? I don't know. I mean,
well, as far as Keith,
no. As far as Melissa's question.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about it. Let me send out that email. You talk about it.
Yeah. It's like anything else. Look, is he looking for somebody? I don't think so. I wouldn't know. Now, if somebody put me away for a long time and then they happen to cross me that day, yeah, who knows what might happen. So I think let the man come out, man. Let's see how that goes. You know what I mean? Just God bless him. And I hope everything works out. Hey, Frank, does Alphonse come off the shelf if JoJo passes away or goes to prison? Save that question, John, because I know somebody who could actually really, really answer that. That was close to them both. Save that question. It's a good question. Keith Hernandez spit right in Kramer's face. Uncool. Great episode, Seinfeld, for sure. Does Vito know about what? Mr. Price, I don't understand the question. And what's up, Joey Fix? Jojo passed. Cheech, yes, he did. And as far as like, I didn't get the other question. Sure, John says no, but yeah, no, I'll have somebody to answer that question for you, John, for sure. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for contributing to the show too. I just got another somebody who contribute, and I appreciate it. And I think we're going in a good direction with the show. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, no, I agree for sure, for sure. I'm just almost done sending that email. Ryan Brown, shout out. Maybe you can answer Ryan Brown's question. Thank you, Ryan Brown, for the $4.99. I'll be back in 1 minute. Just almost ready with that email.
Yes, Frank. Thoughts Vito Guzzo Jr. being released from prison next month. Do you think he will recognized as a made guy in the Colombo family? Yeah, I mean, if he wants to be, and I mean that. I mean, if somebody comes out and say, "Hey, look, man," looks around and say, "Hey, I spend a lot of time. I don't want this for me." That'll be respected, of course. But if he says, "Hey, I'm here," they'll be, yeah. Who I hate this kind of like this dialogue because it kind of like is, I want to stray from it, but I will answer this. If that's everything you wanted, not that I'm saying it's for him at one point. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll be approached.
All right, email sent. Email sent. All right, thank you, Ryan Brown. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much.
What was your
92
favorite?
people. Shout out to everybody hanging out. John
Ryan,
Sidlitsky.
thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Melissa. Super
John
sticker.
Sidlitsky. What was your favorite pizza restaurant growing up? You can Melissa. Thank you so much, Melissa. $49.99, Frank, from Melissa.
Melissa, she's hot.
Melissa, who are you, Melissa? I don't know about that. I ain't gonna say it. It
I
looks a
didn't.
little.
No, that's real.
Is that real?
I think so.
All right, all right. Well, listen, your
Yeah, yeah,
donation
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
certainly is real. We really appreciate you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Melissa's the bomb. Any more questions, Melissa? Whatever you want, we'll answer.
Oh shit, Louis Trophy.
Not only she's hot, she's loaded.
My bad, Louis. I forgot. If you want, the best way I'll remember, because I'm all ADD'd out and I'm the worst, email 52topics@gmail.com. And what I'll do is I'll even clip it up and I'll play it on the show too. We'll talk about it if you want. So yeah, email that link to that episode. If you were, I think you mentioned it last time, with even if you have a timestamp, even better. And me and Frank will get on that. Yeah, there's a video of Sammy talking about, I think Louis Tropia said his father was involved with the Rampers or whatever. And Sammy speaks about his dad on one of the shows.
Oh, okay.
He said, I know Louis Tropia's dad, Bo. He was a good guy, Bo. Something like that, right? Guzzo seems like the unusual type who actually wouldn't need the button.
That's an interesting question. No, when I knew him, the life was the life to him. And in fact, look, man, he just went out. He kept his mouth shut. He took his time, and that was that. Do I think he's gonna come out? Not, that's hard to say because there's just a lot of space in between. Let's talk about the good things he's done in jail. He's been a model prisoner. He saved somebody's life in there. I'm not gonna say from what, but you guys can imagine the type of things people get their life saved for when in jail. So it's we get to see it. It's like a lot of people are really wishing him kind of like that. Not wishing him, but they want a lot of people in the genre, like they want to keep the genre interesting and they want things like that. Have someone like him come in and give a sequel to a movie, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's very movie-like. It's very Hollywood a way of looking at things. But so I don't know if anyone actually does think that's going to happen. But it's interesting. As we were speaking on the phone, I mean, due to the nature of his crimes, they're extremely violent crimes. I mean, I don't see how he's not going to be on lifetime due to his crimes.
Right.
He wasn't selling drugs or whatever. This is other serious, very serious things. And that's usually how it works, I believe.
There was no doubt he was a serious guy. And I've actually said this so many times, I mean, that you talk to anybody from any mob neighbor and they'll tell you, they'll always have somebody that they'll tell you, oh, this guy was the fuck. This guy was crazy. This guy was nuts. This guy was somebody you didn't want to fuck around with. So somebody when he walked the street, people went to the other side, you know. And Rob Jean's here. He could tell you a lot about not I don't know about Vito, but just the type of people I'm talking about. If you ask him who's the guy that people were like, wow, moved to the other side of the street. I know, well, not that dress, but just always kept them on their toes. You know, my guy was Vito. You know.
Frank, did you go to any World Cup, Mondiali, Calcio soccer games when you were in Italy in 1990? I remember that Italy should have won the semifinal against Argentina, but the refs let the game go on.
They lost in penalty kicks that game, and we arrived after. I remember that was a day after because I thought the finals was going to be in Italy. But yeah. I mean, no, I went to '94 with a really good dear friend of mine at the time, another ex friend of mine that was always dear to me, and he apparently is in the life too, according to Nadu. And I watched that yesterday. He had something on the Bonanno family today, and I was okay.
Question from David Price. Technically, Vito has to be introduced as made by Ralph or someone made who he got introduced to inside.
Yeah, that's all dog and pony. That'll be done. I mean,
I was gonna say, what do you think? Like,
yeah. It's like playing house. You know what I mean? Hey, this is my house.
Sounds like something Michael Franzese would say. You got to understand when he gets out, he's got to be he's got to be introduced, and he better watch how they pour the wine.
Yeah,
I'm not making fun of you, David. It's just funny to think about.
No, not at all. David's a good man.
It's just that tradition. It's funny to think like that. I don't know. It's 2025. It's just interesting, I guess. But that's what tradition is for. Thank you, Roro. Please hit that like. Ryan Brown, I know Vinny Unions is dead or other guys implicated in Vito Guzzo Sr.'s death still around.
I don't know. Not to my knowledge. I don't know. But that was a long time ago. Even the actual attempted hate on Vinny Unions was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And, hey, what's up, Dayan? What's up? Friend of mine, friend of ours. That's right, buddy. And there's Al Torres. What's up, Al?
Rob
and
Jean.
Rob Jean.
What is that? How old
Rob
is?
Jean.
Oh, Rob Jean's here. Yeah, someone got mad that we do these audio clips, and it's
Well,
funny because Rob Jean said he said exactly what the audio is.
What's up, fellas? You hear me or not? What's going on, cuz?
As long as Rob Jean don't get mad, I don't care.
No, I don't give a fuck with the person.
Nah, I know that.
Timothy O'Reilly, what's going on? Don, $2 from Timothy O'Reilly. Hit the like button. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you for always being here, buddy. Appreciate you. 1994, the infamous Baggio debacle. Yeah. That's right. The year when my brother decided that he was Brazilian and wanted to fight with all the Italian kids in the neighborhood. That's what I remember the year for.
Where's the BHF? Somebody salute Frank. Shout out from the BX. This is Tony from the BHF, by the way.
Salute. Shout out to This is Tony from the BHF, by the way. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you being here, buddy.
Yeah,
BHF.
Okay. I know where he's from. Yeah.
Is that somewhere in Illinois?
What's up, Tony? Black Hand Forum. I got you.
Oh, Black Hand Forum. Okay.
What's up, Tony? Yeah, Tony's another guy with good stuff right there in the mobologist kind of.
Yeah. I don't have enough post karma over there, so there's a lot of shit I can't see.
Got my San Pellegrino.
Oh yeah, David Price. A lot of rules, technicalities, allegedly. Yeah, I know you don't care, Rob. No, I know you don't care.
Hey,
Thank you, James Willing. He says my favorite show just got off of work. Awesome, buddy. Love to hear it.
Thank you.
Timothy O'Reilly, WC 1994, Ireland 0, Ireland 1.
That was in Timothy. That was in Giant Stadium. The Italians. We were at Giannini's watching the game. Giannini's coffee shop, and there was an Irish bar next to us. We were in shock. The Irish were celebrating, and we had a good day. They came over there, and we all had drinks together. It was a good day, but shocking, nonetheless.
Well, that's a good way to end it, though. At least you're not killing each other.
It was the first game of the World Cup. It would have been different if it was like a, elimination.
Yeah.
That motherfucker football, you got to stop with that name.
Just in a special guest. What time to show? Ryan Brown. Yeah, John Papa. Yeah, what a nut, huh?
Yeah, he was
With Eric
nuts.
Curcio for taking credit. Yeah.
Fuck, every time I used to see him, he had his hair done. He was in jail, like he was going out Saturday night. It was great.
He's another guy that's trying to get out on compassionate, or I think it's because he got sentenced. He was fucking murking people at like 19 years old or some shit, right? 20 years old.
Yeah, he was little loose canning there, you
I
know.
think he went away at like 23, 24 years old. I think he was
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Imagine that. You fucking gone at 24 years old.
That's probably
Jesus.
somebody. I'm not saying that's probably somebody Rob had run into probably a couple of times. It's like they're from the same area.
What do you think about that? What do you think about a guy going away at that young age? Do you think he deserves a second, lease on life or whatever it may be? How many
Yeah,
years is enough? How many years is enough though for somebody like that?
25.
25? Yeah,
They were doing
25.
it back. Listen, in a federal sense, crime on crime. You know, I
Yeah,
get it. Which there is these guys. It's a back in the day. You were getting that for 3-4 bodies as long as they were organized crime or whatever, crime on crime. They were getting 23, 24 years. But then come the 90s, the game changed a lot. They were given, they started 2 murders, 30, then 4, it was like 3 or 4, so that started. But yeah, 25 years is a long time. And we'll talk about this. There's a study on young people in general, how mature is their brain to make fucking rational decisions. And it
right,
had nothing to do with time so much, but
right,
capital cases where they were before 2005, we were putting young people to death.
right, right.
And it wasn't an argument about if they deserved it, because some of these fucking crimes are heinous, but it was about if their brain scientifically was mature enough to the level to understand the capacity of what they were doing.
Right. Yeah, I think they put it at something somewhere in your mid-20s is usually where your rational thinking, your ability to rationalize right and wrong and understand, I think they put at its maximum growth. I don't know, it's like 24, 25 years old or whatever it may be.
Well,
But yeah,
I think it's 23 for men, and it's different for women. But I remember that from 1976 when they reinstated the death penalty, to 2005 where they eliminated putting people under 18 to death. There was 22 people we put to death from that time to that time.
geez.
So it's 25 years for somebody within a certain range, and depending. I'm not gonna say murder's murder. All right, let's just get that. I don't want people to say why just because you fall into that category talking about myself. No,
Mhm.
I just think 25 years is a long time.
Yeah, it's a hell of a long time. It's a hell of a long time. It's basically, when did he get sentenced?
And shit, he got sentenced in 97 or 98.
Okay, so he's been in there. He's
For
been
about 29 years.
more of his life in prison than actually on the streets. Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Rosie Mazika, hey guys, Ridgewood girl, born and raised. I never have a chance to get you guys live. I watched all your episodes and a lot of stories brought me back. Great memories. Wow, that's amazing, Rosie. Thank you so much. You see, that's what we're talking about, me and Frank, with trying to get a lot of different people in here.
Yeah,
Not just
definitely.
from
I'm not
mob
disrespecting the
genre,
audience.
even though we love mob too, mob genre, just bunch of other people. I'm sure Rosie, hopefully, I'm from Queens. I'm not from Ridgewood. So Frank is really that guy. And he's pulling in a lot of people
What guy?
solely based on that.
Which reminds me, let me
That
try
Ridgewood
to
guy.
let me
What?
get try. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just interrupt you twice. I'm sorry about that. Just let me try to get the next
Sure.
guest
Of course.
in here.
Imagine that Vito and the Gemini twins all got out early, mainly because Kim Kardashian, right? She was really going hard with that. Who doesn't know murder is wrong, even if it's good? It's impulse control. Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's science's rationalization. Crazy the amount of deadly guys from the 80s, 90s that got out. Guzzo, Gemini Twins, Zappola, dozens of bodies. I know the Zappola is the one that blows my mind the most, Proletarian Assassin. All those guys got a great deal. What did they all get? Like 13? What did they all get? Like 14 years or something like that? I mean, that motherfucker made out like a bandit.
22, 23, and they had like 3, 4 bodies. That was the Lucchese cases, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the early 90s, mid 90s. But then that changed. That changed right away coming into 2000.
Furbo. Pretty sure I've seen Brett starring in several films I've seen in cinemas in Times Square. But yeah, you know, and the more people talk about it, the longer it stays, buddy.
Okay, can you drop the link for our next guest?
Furbo boy, Furbo boy. Yes, I will. I will drop the link for the next guest. 105 people. Thank you for hanging out.
105.
First guest of the night. 105. Okay. Coming right up. So
Gotcha.
our first guest of the night will be joining us just in a moment, and then in the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:30, we'll have another guest.
Yes.
Rob Jean too. Look at this. We got another Rob Jean. Guys, I can't chat right now. Just hit a low underpass with my cement truck. Oh, that's horrible. I'm sure I'll see it on Citizen app. Sorry about that, Rob Jean. I'll help you get a new job if you need one. All right. Chicago Tony Frank, we spoke a few times before. You might not recall. That's me. We spoke about the Partenisi in Chicago.
I do. I remember talking to you. There was Santino there, and Mikey Skies was there as well, and Butchelato, James. So yeah, it was. Yes, of course, I remember you for sure. Tony.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite our first guest on. Our first guest for the show tonight. He is returning back to 52 Topics with Frank Fridolino. He has been on the channel before. Let's welcome back Howie Santos. Howie, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's up, Howie?
What's up, fellas? How are you?
What's going on, my man?
Good to see you.
Everything's good. You know, at first Frankie was saying the next guest. I was like, who was the first guest?
Himself, Howie, himself.
No. He's got a good point. Like always. What are you doing, man? We were talking about like the coffee shops we hung out with back in the day, and all the characters. Do you remember anyone? So I did a little bit of a going back in my mind and a little list together. And who was your one that you kind of miss seeing?
Well, first let me say hello to the people in the chat.
Oh, sure. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
You know what? There's a lot of people in the chat saying hello to me. I see you guys. I appreciate it, and hello to everyone in the chat. So this way I don't take up too much of your time reading down the list. But yeah, if I sound a little tired, it's because I am, because I was out all day today, and anyway, I just like kind of woke up from a little nap. But yeah, I heard when I turned you on, I heard like the tail end. You guys were talking about Vito Guzzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to what's up, Danny Green, Matt? How are you? David Price, Attillo, Lewis. All right, there you go. You're putting them up. It's the jacket.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is he gonna get like some type of supervised release or anything? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think he's old law, but I guess I don't know.
Well, that's what I was asking, Howie. I was saying due to the nature of his crimes. I mean, wouldn't you think they would look at it that way?
Well, usually, like under the new law, no matter what, when you do your time, you get at least 3 to 5 years supervised release.
Okay.
But I don't know how that would work with Vito, because I don't know. I really don't know, because he's done it's a lot of time, and I would like to assume that, okay, you did your time and that's it, good luck, and
Right.
live the rest of your life. But if he does get supervised release, then he'll come out and do all of the normal things everyone's gonna do. Probably first thing, have a good meal. Maybe get in touch with an old friend, or and then try to obey the rules of the supervised release, because they send you right back for you can show up at a bakery to buy a fucking cannoli, and somebody's in there, so, another
Yeah.
wise guy, they'll violate you for it.
You hit. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but if he doesn't have any parole, then I would imagine he's just gonna make his rounds, and you know, he is who he is. He's gonna get a lot of love from the neighborhood. He's gonna get a lot of love from the new wise guys that are out there, and a
Sure.
ton of respect. And yeah, he'll probably be doing a lot of going out to eat, having a few drinks with the fellas. I mean, he can basically do what he wants if he doesn't have any probation.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna, like jump right into committing violent crimes or anything like that. Uh, I'm sure he's gonna be looking to figure out, a way to earn, or maybe someone's got something for him, waiting for him out there. But yeah, I don't, I see him uh, little by little getting back, you know, to the life, and yeah, he's not gonna retire. Vito seems like the type of guy he's gonna be active until he can't move anymore.
Right.
Um, I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. His reputation is established. He can live off of that for the rest of his life. He doesn't have to go out there and start whacking guys, to make him relevant. And besides that, they're not killing anybody anymore. So,
Right. Yeah.
um,
And then there's the idea that obviously if they let him out, they're not considering him like a public safety threat. At least that's how they have to look at it, right?
um, well, I mean, listen, they let Tommy Reynolds out, right? I mean,
Right.
did he get any probation or supervised release? Do you know?
Right.
I don't.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't.
they're if you're on probation, I guess they'll categorize you as, like to keep a really, well, you know what, all wise guys in general, they're always gonna fucking keep a magnifying glass on you.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
but if he doesn't have any probation, like of course law enforcement is going to be watching. They're always watching anyway.
Yeah.
So what was it you were trying to say? Would he be considered like a what? Like a
No, I was saying obviously the federal government, I mean, I'm pretty sure with compassionate release, they have to like consider everything. Like, oh, is this guy going to be a public safety risk? If we put this guy out there, do we think he's going to, whack somebody or be a violent,
well,
obviously they had, I guess they didn't feel that way for whatever
well,
reason.
I'm sure the government probably fought to not give him the compassionate release or whatever it was, first step back.
Right.
But
Right. The feds, right.
obviously they got overruled by the judge, and
Right.
and he's out. So they're probably stamping their feet like, how could they let this guy out?
Right.
But they can't
Mhm.
do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I mean, he's gonna have a lot of fun. He's not that old. 60 sounded old. Whatever age. Yeah, I guess he's 60, right? 60
Yeah.
sounded
Yeah.
old, like, back in the day, when you were like 30 something, and, but, now that you start climbing, as we get older, I mean, 60 is not that old, I mean,
No.
I'm 58 now, and I feel great. And,
Yeah.
I feel like, I definitely don't look like a broken down old man or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
No, you don't. No. No.
yeah,
No. No.
he's gonna have a lot of fun, and he's gonna get a lot of attention. and everything short of them having a parade for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sad part about this is that he is who he is, and to those new agents coming in and law people, they're gonna always look to keep an eye on him. He
Oh yeah,
and
that's regardless.
yeah,
Like
just
even if
because right, exactly.
even if he did, he never killed anyone, and it was a drug charge, and he did that time for a drug charge. Look at Tony Aiello. It
Yeah,
doesn't
and
matter, the government, the Colombo squad is going to be watching very closely.
is there a Columbus? I think that what they do now is they
Like
shit.
they have like the Colombo slash Banano
Hmm.
squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. It's crazy, man.
But
But
then you
it's
got the other guy getting out, what, like next year or something? Teddy
who's that?
Jr.
Who?
Persico Jr., Teddy Persico Jr. Isn't he getting out like next year or something like that?
Well,
Yeah, he's
man,
coming out soon as well.
Yeah, so you got another Colombo guy getting out. So yeah, they'll make themselves busy if they want to be busy looking at these guys for sure.
a lot of guys are gonna start getting out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Anthony is coming out in a couple of years. Anthony Aiello Jr. Um,
Oh
but
yeah. Wait, what about the father? Why? How could they keep
he,
still?
they done him wrong. I mean, they gave him 200 years back when he got back when life was 15 years in the feds. They gave it to him in numbers. No murders, no nothing, just drugs. And yeah, it's about time to let the old man out. He's up there right now. It's just
Well, is Bobby Mann still alive? Do you know?
Apparently, it came out today that he's not dead. It's a second false report of his death. I mean, this guy,
Okay.
he must have died 20 times already.
And he's still. They won't let him out on compassionate,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
stuff
crazy.
like
laughing at
that,
that.
right?
I'm laughing at that he they
Yeah, that's crazy. Like how some people they can dick around. I guess it all has to do with technicalities in their cases, and
yeah, for
if
sure.
the government is got a leg to stand on based on the way they got sentenced or
Yeah,
something like that. They'll
that's
never.
crazy. That sounds like more of a liability to keep a 90-something-year-old man locked up and just give him to his family to deal with. It sounds like more of a fucking headache to keep the guy.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah,
Fucking yeah.
they
That's
don't look
crazy.
at it like that. It
No,
don't
I know.
cost.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
No,
Because
they
they don't.
don't cost them any money.
Yeah, because they're not the ones having to deal with the fucking guy every day.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing in there to take care of an old 90-something-year-old man, I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, that would be up to their attorney to make that argument. Why would you want to keep a guy in there and
Right.
continue to pay millions of dollars to keep him healthy or whatever it may be. But listen, that's the way the feds operate.
Yeah.
They won't let you out. They'll the AUSAs will argue until the death. Okay, they will always try to shoot down any motions that come across. So it's basically the judge's decision, and you know they go by the law. If the government comes up with a good reason, they're just not going to do it. They don't care. They don't care that you didn't kill anybody, or
No,
they
they
did
don't.
a
They
lot.
don't. No.
No, they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Proletarian Assassin says, poor guy has to call the media to say he's still alive. That's rough at night. But yeah, I saw something on Reddit. I don't know where the article was from, saying that Bobby Mann himself actually spoke out to say, I am not dead for the second time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
yeah.
hope.
Who starts these fucking rumors anyway?
I don't know. I don't know. It's the second
Well,
time. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
that's all. I guess it all has to do with how you were sentenced. And obviously, like I don't know how they're coming up with these technicalities or reasons to keep these guys in there. I mean, Tony Aiello didn't even kill anyone. All he
No.
did was fucking sell drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, they never pinned him to a murder. It was totally. He lived up to his name. He was known as the merchant in our neighborhood, un merchante. That's how they said it in Sicilian.
Yeah.
Because before the drugs, there was everything under the fucking sun. He sold fucking cigarettes. He was a big cigarette salesman. He was good with money and very known for that. You know, he even had the nickname. So no, there wasn't a lot of violence in this case, if any. I just don't remember. So we, it's about
Yeah.
time, and that's where we get it wrong sometimes in this country. But you know, we got
Yeah.
guys that were serial killers out there, right? And I'm not talking about bad example, but there's a lot of guys in cases like that. But yet we're holding a guy in there for I think he was bro. He's been in there since 1984. Tony at Yellow House.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
1984. I remember it like it was yesterday. You know, his dad, Tony Senior's dad,
Yeah.
we call Uncle Vito, lived two houses down, and they even did him dirty. They found some $800,000 in his safe. And they took him in because his son was on the lam. Tony was on the lam until his son gave himself up, and he ends up
Right.
getting arrested. That's another story.
The only
It
thing I
loses
can
everything, huh?
the only thing I can say to give these guys some advice that are trying to get out is try hiring the lawyers that have already gotten people out. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. For sure. Rock solid, my man. What's going on, buddy?
Rock
Good to
solid.
see you.
What's going on, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Rock solid. What do you hear? What he say?
Yeah.
Rosie
So
Rodrigo goes, Nino Aiello should be let out. He did his time. And Rosie, you got to be from Ridgewood because not many people call him Nino, and
Yeah.
except the people who knew him, and that's what they did call him.
What Rosie, were you a generation before us or after us?
Rosie
If you don't mind.
Mazika.
You don't
Mazika.
mind. I obviously she didn't say that she knows any of us. So she
Right.
definitely
I think she said she's from Ridgewood.
yeah. So she probably wasn't like in our era.
No.
You know,
No.
more so you. I mean, you know, you grew up there.
Yeah, but like
Uh,
you said, I hear what you're saying. She's probably a little older than me, or you.
yeah, or really young. You know, one or the other. But
Rosie says she knows Frank from back in the day.
Really? Was he an asshole? From 1 to 10. From 1 to 10 on the asshole meter. But thank you, Ro.
nah, why do you always do that? You always put yourself down.
Well, I can't say I was good looking because that'd be a 2.
Hey, I know a lot of guys that weren't good looking and they were always good with the ladies.
I grew up with the Ridgewood boys. Okay, all right, Rosie.
Oh, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
I was a 10 and with the asshole on. You see that? God damn.
Hey,
10.
I wonder if she knows Sally Get Down.
Did you know Sally get down? I don't think so. She grew up with me. Sally's older. Sally was like my brother's. Thank you, Dayon. See, Dayon said Frank was always a good guy. Thank you. I don't need that accolade. I know I was, you know.
Any chance Alphonse comes off the shelf if the last
Yes.
Corrado passes or goes to prison? You know what? Bobby Vinays had a lot to do with that shelving as well, and I can imagine, you know, the Sicilians, you know, they're pretty much in charge. I could understand them, you know, being loyal to him even after the fact. You know,
Yeah.
but you
Like
never know. Money talks. You know.
of course. But I mean, who
Speaking
wants a
of speaking of Bobby, Howie, Frank always tells me these stories about these wacky guys that used to hang out at his clubs.
Yeah, he had. You know what? Every social club had at least one wacky guy that everyone got a kick out of, and basically they were their entertainment. You know,
Yeah.
because you know, I mean, we had a couple. One guy was this kid named Poochie, and then we had another guy named Chicky, and this guy Poochie, he was like you know. handicapped, but he wasn't Down syndrome. He looked like a normal dude, but he was just nuts.
He beat
And
down syndrome.
yeah, and I used to do, I used to break his balls a lot, and I used to be able to do this trick, like make like my spit come out and actually like make the sound of spitting, but I wouldn't. The spit would go back in my mouth. And I did that to him one day, and the motherfucker spit back in my face.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but
What are you gonna do? I mean,
I gave him a pass. He was I was fucking around with him. I guess you
you
can
asked for
say.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I deserved it. And
Yeah.
everybody knew he was nuts. So basically, it was we laughed about it for a few days.
Yeah, there were so many people in that fucking place at Bobby's place. There was Caesar and his brother Joe Deli. They were always they were funny as fucking
And
hell.
then this guy Chicky, right? He always used to come around the club and looking for tips and stuff like that. And he used to be like, hey, Howie, you got a 5? You got a 10? And and a lot of guys liked him. I remember Paulie McDonald used to torture him. He used to sometimes. I mean, I know it's gonna sound really mean, but I remember one time where they like fucking stripped him nude and tied him up and put him in the closet. And every once in a while, we were playing cards. Every once in a while, they'd knock on the door. Chicky, you still in? You still in there? And he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm still here, Paulie. I'm still here." And they'd open up the door. He's standing there, fucking covering his genitals and shit, all for so he can get like with Paulie McDonald, he always hit him off with like $100 bills. So Chicky,
Yeah.
he was like he practically volunteered for those fucking dumb moments. And he used to sing these crazy fucking songs, and the guys just say, "Chick, sing a song for us," right? And he had this one song. I don't know all the words, but the part that was funniest is he used to go, slap that tit, knock the nipple off. Slap that tit, knock the nipple off, and then he'd go, Brazier, you love the things I like so dear, Brazier. It was just a
Jeez.
dumb fucking song, but everyone got amusement out of him. But
Lisa says, "Do you guys remember this guy we used to call Mooka, who got hit by the same bus like twice?" No, but I would have
and
liked
and
to meet
and,
him. Though.
and the first guy I was talking about, his name was Poochie, and
Poochie.
yeah. But and the funny thing is that when JoJo was around, you weren't allowed to bother these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But there was a lot.
there was people like that that didn't like
Yeah,
that shit either. My uncle was like that. My uncle Cheech was like, the kid Vito would come and Vito Aiello, and they like the not they wouldn't abuse him like they wouldn't do that. That's Tony Aiello's son. He was like a brother to me and my brothers. We loved the kid so much. He was funny as fuck. He thought he was a gangster, and he was on the cusp. You know what I mean?
yeah,
My uncle used to say, "Leave him. Don't play with. Don't do that shit." And he used to get a little bit animated. Yeah, like I guess JoJo was the same thing.
yeah.
How was your relationship with JoJo? How?
Um, when
I
he
know you had you
wasn't
like
mad,
it was really
when he
close.
when he wasn't mad at me, it was a great relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, like I'm the same age as his youngest son, so
Hmm.
it was almost like kind of like a father son relationship for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I guess an adopted son because I was the same age as his son, and he always he a lot of people used to tell me, you're JoJo's baby, like meaning like just saying like stop complaining, he loves you, because sometimes we used to complain about him amongst the fellas, because he'd become he's if he was in a bad mood, he'd take it out on everyone.
Yeah.
You know, like before, like if we were doing making, you know, our stops during the day, and you know we were coming back to the club, you know, people used to beat me and ask me, what kind of mood is he in? Is he in a bad mood? Is it a good mood? You know, just to be prepared, like if you know when he showed up.
Right.
But
Yeah. No, I understand that. That was always the thing when there was that one guy in that club. You know, like for example, Bobby would be in his coffee shop. People would, especially the ones that fucked up some way, would ask, "What kind of
yeah,
mood is he in today?" You know what I mean?
yeah,
That was just something. I guess that was every club, every social club, every coffee
and,
shop.
and when Joe used to, you know, take his fucking anger out on people, nobody was safe. I mean, not even fucking Ronnie One Arm, Johnny Vino, Louis Mastrangelo, and Bobby Vinays.
Of
Not
course.
even him. I've seen JoJo yell at all of them at some point in time.
Shit.
And yeah, he was like a little fucking tyrant. And you know, he wasn't a big guy, but he had this fucking deep, deep, loud voice, you know. Um, but yeah, and you know, he was a really, really disciplined guy, really structured, you know, like I
Hmm.
pick I pick him up you know, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock every morning, and everything was routine, you know. Sometimes he would go back home for dinner and then come out for a little while, but then he, you know, he'd be home by like 9 o'clock or something, you know. And
Oh wow. Yeah.
yeah, so majority of the times that, you know, we were in the club playing cards, he wasn't even there because, you know, we played till, you know, 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
remember.
Real quick, Militia has a question. Was Joe Kane good with his hands?
Yeah, Joel Kane was good with his hands.
He was.
Yeah, at least I thought so.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. BB keeps asking that stupid question. Just if it keeps going on, just let it
No,
go.
What?
I'm not clicking on it. It's fine. In today's world, what are the odds of guys like Tommy Karate Bachera, Charles
Each
Carneglia
second.
getting out? That's from Ryan Brown.
Well, hold
Ryan
on.
Brown probably. I mean, Charles only got sentenced like I don't know, 15 years ago. He'll die in prison. Unfortunately for him. Tommy Karate.
How,
Uh,
how much time do you have to do in order to qualify for that first step back?
how much time? I think it's
Yeah,
like. I think it's like 80% or 85%, something like that.
yeah, but in the feds you do 85%.
Yeah, but I don't think that. Let me
Like if
see.
you get life, yeah,
Right.
different story, right? I don't
But
know. It all depends. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't see it, but you know,
yeah, I
these
don't see it.
guys, these guys technically aren't really, you know, that much worse than some of the guys that have already come out. You know.
Yeah. I was just saying, Charles, dude. I mean, due to the time he's been in there, he's only been in there about 15
No,
years, I
no, no.
believe.
I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I
I
understand.
think
Like,
he's
yeah,
fucked. And Tommy Karate,
yeah. They
I don't know,
might like.
something about cutting up women in bathtubs that they're not gonna like that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn, that's
Got
a
the main cool woman. She likes mob stuff.
yeah. And
nice
I think
guy.
Tommy was a
Nice
death
guy.
penalty trial. Yeah, it was right.
I
Pretty
Oh
sure.
think
yeah, Tommy Karate was.
Yeah, it
Matter of
was a death
fact,
penalty trial too.
they tried to
And
matter
do
of
that
fact,
to Vito too.
yeah.
yeah,
We were
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Matter of fact, when they went to the penalty stage of that trial with Tommy Karate, he looked at the prosecutor and says, "If I get it, I want you personally to stick the needle in my
Hey,
arm."
sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and what was the other thing I was gonna say? I forgot. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I would imagine, you know, you got to do at least like 25 years before they, you know, let you out.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, I don't really know. So, but
Yeah, I guess it depends when you get sentenced. Like Gemini twins, they did 35. They got sentenced for crimes committed, before 84.
mhm.
They did 35. They both got out the same time. So I guess it depends. I guess
Right.
it
Well, I
depends.
mean, Tommy Reynolds, he only did like 25.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
by the time Vito comes out, how much time would he have had in? Do you know?
Vito?
Yeah. Sentenced in
Yeah.
'98, I think.
Yeah, he would have still been in. He would have had maybe 3-4
No, I
years,
know, but how much does he have in so far?
about 29 years.
Yeah. About
Okay.
29. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Rob Jean?
You see Rob Jean? Hey,
Are
watch
you
this.
gonna play it?
Frank loves me. He makes
You
me
watch
play.
the show, motherfucker.
What's
Of
up,
course,
fellas?
I try
You
to
hear
watch
me or
the
not?
show. I
What's
don't always
going on,
catch it
cuz?
live, but I'll try to catch
I'm
it.
saying because we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
do you-
Yankee or Met fan, Howie? I never asked you.
I'm more. I would say I'm a Yankee fan.
All right. People giving me
Yeah.
shit about that sign behind me.
Why? Because you're a Met fan?
Yeah, I'm a Met fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I was the fan of whoever I had the money on.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny. Hey, Howie, what do you think about this?
Throw away the keys. It's getting so freaking ridiculous when it comes to Gene Borello. Throw away the key.
What's your opinion on that? On a content creator?
Yeah, it looks like he was fed up with
Okay.
Gene.
Good. Okay. Okay.
He
Because
had
Frank
to
was
dress
there.
up
Frank.
too. I've never seen it with a nice shirt. He got a New York background.
Yeah, he probably got tired of people saying he looks like he's, dead, and so
My
he
God, no.
spruced himself up a little bit.
I want Proctor to come on one night. Let's not be hard on him. Let's have him
No,
on.
I
Frank.
don't got nothing.
I'm
against
He
kidding.
won't
No,
come
I know.
on. He won't come on.
He won't. You don't think he will?
No, because he's up somebody's ass. I told you that.
Okay.
I would love for him to come
Yeah,
on.
I mean, and I said, other people say he looks like he's dead, not me. I don't make fun of anybody's looks usually, appearances, and I usually don't fucking, make fun of someone that hasn't done something to get on my bad side.
Right.
So
Right. It's a good way to be.
yeah.
What's up, Chat Tone?
Huh?
Question from David Price. Don't most people in Queens back? Not really, David. It really depends. I would say most Met fans, Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, but I grew up with plenty of Yankee fan friends. Probably more so than Met fans, to be honest with you.
I mean, a lot of guys, they like both.
Yeah.
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 It wasn't like they hated you because you like the Mets or anything like that.
Right.
Nah, hockey was different. Ranger Islander fans, you can see.
Oh
them.
yeah, no, that's something different for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're an Islander fan, Frank, right? You fuck.
I am an Islander fan.
Psh, get out of here.
Really. I was a Ranger fan back in the day.
How many Islander fans? I'm either from Queens or Long Island.
Yeah, you always like to go against the grain.
Yeah, I got the Jets over the Giants. Who else? Fucking all losing teams. I'm a Knicks fan, though, But I like everything New York, though.
Yeah, of course. You got to support.
Yeah. Come on, man. It's the best city in the world. You know what I mean?
Well, I actually got Paul LaDuca
Nice.
on tape talking about betting sports and taking action.
The actual real Paul
Right.
LaDuca?
The real Paul LaDuca.
Yeah. He was really into horses because then he was doing the horses for the newspaper at one point. I remember.
Yeah.
But you really? So what was he up to?
He came for a meeting with Alphonse, and I was there, and I got introduced to him, and they were talking business, and I don't know whatever came out of that. I never heard anything like if he got charged with anything, but most likely he probably cooperated on the down low.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I never heard, but that's
Look,
funny.
we got a special guest on the chat right there. You see, we got
Who's that?
good friend Anthony Arellano.
Anthony Arellano, how are you, man? Thanks for stopping by. Anthony Orlando says, hello, my friends.
Thank you,
Great
Anthony.
show.
What's
Thank you,
up?
man.
Anthony's
Appreciate
a
that.
good guy, man.
What's up, Anthony? How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Check out his wine, Pazzo wine.
What's it called?
Matter of fact, I gotta get with him. I'm gonna order a couple bottles myself.
That's a
Not that
good name, right? That's a
but I
good
don't
name.
drink.
Pazzo means, like you're fucking.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Sally, get down.
Yeah, usually that's how you become after a few drinks. Pazzo.
Oh, Pazzo. Okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
so then like I remember Joe Deli and Caesar.
Yes. You
Um,
drove them nuts.
huh?
You drove Caesar nuts that one time. You gave him that car just to take it back.
Yeah. I did I tell that story on here? That's a
No,
pretty
you
good
never did.
story.
That's what. So explain
Yeah.
Caesar.
So, but back in the day, I opened up partners with Joe. Opened up a coffee shop on 101st Avenue, and we put Caesar in there to work for us, and Jojo and his son had a couple of rebuildable Mustangs, and we gave Caesar one of the Mustangs, and he was in his fucking glory, telling everybody Jojo gave me a Mustang, and this that. But the whole plan was just to get him to put it under his name, and then we were going to steal it back and get rid of it, and get paid top dollar. So one night he's at the Giannini Cafe, right? And I got an extra key to the car, right? So I sneak in the car from the sidewalk side, and I turn on the car, boom, and you see fucking Caesar's eyeballs fucking pop out of his fucking head. And as I'm pulling away, I see a bunch of guys running out of the cafe, running to cars to like chase me or whatever.
I remember he was sick. I was there with him. He was sick that day, boy. I think he was more sick that he he was working in Liberty at the time, that coffee shop.
um
Was that the one? Your shop, your
no,
club?
I was we built a coffee shop on 101st Avenue and 83rd, like diagonal from 64 Park, and we
Right.
called it the 101 Cafe, but we sold it, like we only had it for a little while, and then we sold it to a guy named Piccolo, and Piccolo wind up catching an indictment, and then it closed down.
Oh, okay.
So it was only open for like a short period of time, maybe just months.
Gotcha. I remember it though. He was scared. He was scared that like he owed money at that point to whoever's car that was or whatever. He went to
Yeah,
the store in the up and up.
but yeah, it was hilarious. Like he calls me up, or yeah, he calls me up, and he's like, Howie, they stole the car. They stole the car. I said, all right, Caesar, don't worry about it. Just call the insurance company and tell them what happened. And obviously they never found the car, and he never knew. I'm sure, later on, I used to joke about it with people. He might have got wind of it, but
Yeah.
it, it was one of those things you had to be there because you had to
No,
see what.
but you got to know him too to explain him.
Yeah, that too.
He's a hypochondriac. He fucking thinks everybody's after him. He's always like, whatever he does, he always, if he bets a game, right, he's gonna lose 2 games. I know it's impossible, but that's the type of guy he was. He just fucking.
I was, I always liked Caesar.
Oh
Caesar was
yeah, me too.
he, he was always over respectful, and
I miss all these people too. Believe it or not, at the time they used to drive me fucking crazy. John Carlo was another one. He looked like one of the Ramones, But
yeah, always everything black
everything
jeans,
black all the time. Well, to say fucking black for about fucking 6 years.
black shirt, black dungaree jacket, and he had this long hair banged, like he looked
Yeah, like
like
the Ramones.
like the Ramones, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Gene Borello's cousin Johnny Boy used to always bother Caesar by the coffee
Really?
shop. Yeah, yeah. So you know, he was always complaining about Caesar. I mean, you know,
But John.
Caesar was always complaining about Johnny Boy. So one day, I told him, I said, why don't you fucking break his hole? He's like, I don't. So I said, come on, take a walk. We took a walk around the corner to where Johnny Boy was. He was upstairs in the house, and Johnny Boy came out the window, and Caesar was saying like, "Come outside, motherfucker!" You know, like how crazy he used to get. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, all red in the face, teary,
yeah.
emotional.
And Johnny Boy was just laughing at him. But then one day we were hanging out in the bar in the corner, and Johnny Boy pulled up in his brand new Lexus LS, like a Dove. It was like a Dove white, Dove gray, and JoJo said, "Isn't that kid Johnny Boy Borrello?" Borelli. I said, "Yeah, that's him." He says, "Go fucking crack that motherfucker." So
Just
I
like that.
went, yeah. So I went outside. I cracked him, but he saw the punch coming, so he was already taking off. I
Yeah,
still hit him, but he took off running.
crazy,
But
crazy, crazy, crazy.
yeah,
Hey, Howie, let me ask you if you know Manny Grossman, my man, what's up? He says, if anybody knows Richie Comneck from Maspeth, let me know. Anybody
mm,
knows Richie Comneck from Maspeth, you let Manny Grossman know, or email us over at 52topics@gmail.com. Howie, Frank has said that you've spoken about this publicly before, but I must have missed it. I didn't see it. That's the Frank said you wouldn't mind speaking about it because you have before the Thomas and Rosemary Uva case.
yeah.
Um,
During the time that they were robbing the social clubs, and I only put it together, after it happened, because I remember going to Skinny Dom's club, and it had just happened again, and
okay,
they
I'm
they
sorry, I don't want to cut you off, Howard. Just in case anybody doesn't know, this couple, Thomas and Rosemary Uva, they were robbing mob social clubs in what Brooklyn, Manhattan, a couple in Queens, Howie, something like that, right?
yeah.
Okay,
So when they were done talking, Jojo handed me a piece of paper with a license plate number on it, and he told me to go by this guy Vinny Cameo. He had a driving school, and he was able to run plates. But I didn't really think nothing of it because I've done it a bunch of times before, and so obviously I took the paper to him to run the plate, and then you find out later on that they get killed, and you just put it together. He said, I guess I brought that was the license plate I brought to Vinny Cameo, and
that's crazy, man.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy. Sorry.
And this is like an infamous story. Sometimes they call them the Bonnie and Clyde couple. They made two movies based on this incident, inspired by this incident.
Right.
Um, and that was Christmas Eve, 1992, December 24th, 1992.
Yeah. Well, allegedly they say it was Skinny Dom, Ronnie One Arm, and
Right.
Johnny Bino who were the who did the hit. I would imagine Johnny Bino being the driver because Johnny Bino was known for being a really good driver. He was into like fast cars and stuff
Oh,
like
really?
that. Yeah, he was. Yeah. So I would imagine he was the driver, and Dom and Ronnie One Arm were the shooters.
I remember Johnny Bino, right? There's a good story when he was like the bouncer slash fucking money guy at Choices. He was just a mean fucker, right? We were kids, and
Uh yeah, guy.
and Joe Gambino comes in, and every week Joe Gambino was giving him a fucking hard time. You know how Joe used to get when he used to get fucking riled up. With
Yeah,
curricular
his jaw
activity.
swinging back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at his watch and shit, and he just had enough of him, and he just fucking swung at him, gave him such a smack.
Oh,
Get up,
Ronnie,
you fucking bitch. He goes,
Ronnie did.
huh?
Ronnie smacked him or Bino?
Bino did.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bino used to always go there, and well, actually, that probably happened when it was Choices.
Choices, yeah, that's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
because first that place was a place called Remington's, and then JoJo and a couple other guys uh, remodeled it and opened it up and called it Choices. And Bino used to always hang out at the door with
Yes,
the
there you go.
bouncers, and just killing time, I guess. Yeah, and I could picture that
Yeah.
happening because back then Bino, he was notorious for being a bully to people.
Yeah, and he came on and he had no fucking qualms about it. I remember later on when he ended up getting straightened out, right? His demeanor changed totally. He was one of the nicest guys in the world.
Right.
Yeah, and
That's
I was like,
that's yeah.
that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to behave after you get straightened out.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is the same guy who fucking just was ready to always to tear somebody's fucking ass apart.
Yeah, like you become when you get straightened out, you become a man of respect, and you made it. You don't have to fucking stop bullying people around anymore.
That's right. That's right. And then, yeah, exactly. And you need to be respectful at that point. Yeah, that's how it works.
Right.
That's how it works. How about that certain person? Have you called? Can you reach out to him, or you want me to?
I haven't given him a call yet. I've been so busy, and I'm just terrible at
I'll
things
keep
like that.
text him.
But I will. I don't. I don't know if he wants people to know that.
Right.
That's why I'm not mentioning his name.
Yeah, and he was and he was definitely there.
Oh yeah. He actually stabbed the guy in the bar. He got into a lot of trouble for that.
Somebody just sent me something about Joe Gambino because Joe was fucking always getting himself into that. He told the bouncer, "You don't know who I am," and the fucking guy took the fucking his license right in front of him.
Yeah, back when it was a paper license.
Oh man, yeah, fucking just that's who he was, man. That's who he was.
Yeah, he was a pretty crazy, like I don't know.
Wiry.
Yeah, I don't know how people let him go out looking like that. I mean, he was like, you
Well,
can
one
tell.
time, yeah. One time he goes, "You guys give me a ride." It was me and Joe Grimaldi. I said, "Yeah, sure." He comes into the fucking car. He fucking ducks down in the car, comes back up. All we hear is a fucking snort. He comes back up, his hair's like fucking. What the fuck, bro? He fucking warned us, goddamn it. And Joe's a straight arrow. You know what I mean? He's like, what the fuck we get the fucking guy in the car for?
Joey LaSala says, ask Howie if he remembers Al Truccio's card game in Valley Stream.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
How's our next guest looking?
He's received the email, so I mean, we'll see what happens.
Well, I didn't hear that. You guys broke up.
No, Frank was asking when the next guest is coming on. He told Frank 8:30. I sent him the stream link.
Yeah, I just sent him a message.
I used to see John Bino all the time at Russo.
Chris Capello.
Oh, that's right, Chris Capello. You used to work there, right, for a long time?
Yeah.
Contributed to this show. Thank you for what you do, Chris. I appreciate it.
You're the
man. Bino, he made his presence known everywhere. He was always in his car driving around to different spots to maybe collect money, or just to be there and talk to them, and I guess being nosy.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put me on mute.
Yeah, let me see if I can do that. Hold on.
Yeah, we don't want to hear you anyway.
All right, you muted. All right, Frank is muted. So let me ask you, Howie, because I like to get into that's why I asked Frank the ins and outs of like daily activities and stuff. So you used to drive Jojo Carrazzo around, right?
Yeah.
So what is that? Like? Is that
Um,
like on a schedule, or that's like he calls you, you got to be there, or is it like I'll see you
yeah,
tomorrow
yo,
at 10, or
most of the time I had to be there. Well, whatever time uh I had to be there. It was either 8:30 or 9 o'clock, right?
okay,
And one day he got mad at me. He says, "You can't ever be early. You always got to be on time." I guess he was ready a little earlier that day. If you knew the guy, you would find it funny.
yeah,
So yeah, and basically he'd say, let's go to Brooklyn. And we always used to take Linden Boulevard to,
uh-huh.
I think it was, the back roads through Rockaway Parkway, and
Yep.
a lot of times I forgot the name of that street, and I believe the bar was on that street, because the street,
It's about
if you
Flatlands
yeah,
or
Flatland, yeah, because if you look to the left, that's where Tesla's car lot was, and then there was a junkyard there too.
okay.
Yeah, so and basically we used to, I used to drive him to whatever appointments
Oh,
he
you
had.
talking about Patty Testers,
Yeah,
the car lot?
yeah, the brother, the one who got
Okay,
killed.
yeah. So that's probably
Yeah.
Foster. Foster. Yeah,
Oh, Foster. Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Well, he might have been on Foster, but we used to cut across the street. I
Right. He
just
had a garage there. That's where he got shot. Actually, right across the
Yeah,
street.
like yeah,
Yeah.
I can remember the name of that street, but it's been so
It's
long.
East 89th between Avenue D and Foster. That's
Right,
kind of
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
we used to take Linden Boulevard and then turn off Linden Boulevard. I
Right.
forgot the name of the street. I don't know why either.
Okay. All right.
I don't think it was Foster Avenue. I think it was a fucking anyway, but cut through the back roads
Right.
into Brooklyn, So and wherever he had to go, we go. A lot of times, he'd tell me, beep this guy, beep that guy. I'd get out, go on the payphone, beep them,
Yeah.
wait for the call. And then, when they called me back, then he'd get out of the car and answer the phone. Then go to the next appointment. Sometimes we used to go by the Bergen, and when John was around, then go get some breakfast at the little uh, diner across the street, and he'd go. We'd eat a little something, and he'd go, I guess, have his meeting with John, come back,
Okay.
and go to the next spot. And that's basically what it was, just appointments, beeping people left and right. And then it's lunchtime. We were going to go
All
for
right.
lunch.
I'm gonna bring up. Sorry, how actually I got someone behind stage. We got our next guest coming on. 180 people in the chat. Please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome our next guest to the stream, Mr. Gene Borello.
Damn,
Gene,
stop
what's going
beeping
on,
me.
man? How are you?
What's
What's
up,
up,
Gene?
guys?
Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
What's going on?
I've never spoken to Gene.
Neither have I.
We never got to really have a convo. What's up, Howie?
what's up, Gino?
Not much.
Frankie,
How you
what's
been?
up? What's
What
up,
you
guys?
doing?
What's
Busy
going on,
week,
man?
huh?
Yeah,
What's
I'm
up,
sure.
man?
I'm
Yeah,
sure you've had better days, right?
yeah, locked up again. They got me on some bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Everything all right?
Yeah, like I said, people are mad, they get scorned, you know how things go. Things get exaggerated and blown out of proportion. And this is what happens. I went through this before, because of your background, they're always gonna take it more serious. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
if a regular person gets this, they won't get a bracelet. They won't get all these fucking things. But because I have serious violence and committed bad acts, they're always going to take it more seriously. You know what I mean?
Of
So
course.
I got put on a bracelet, and the lawyer that I hired is really good, and he said he's going to knock it out the park. You know,
Okay.
and like I said, Joey Molino helped me in a way.
Oh,
So
I think so.
I can't talk about the name,
I
but
know.
by that podcast actually helped me so much. It's amazing, and I'm happy about it. You know what I mean? So
I was
like I
telling
said,
Howie that last night.
yeah. So like I
Yeah.
said, if you're so scared and you're so worried, why are you on podcast? But like I said, it helped me out so much, and I'm happy for it. And like I said, this will all be straightened out. I did a lot for people. I was making a lot of money during the summer, and I was taking care of a lot of people, and just doing the right thing for someone that I cared about. And for them to go on there and lie and tell all these fake stories, it's just so disgraceful and embarrassing. When I was literally paying your rent, literally going out, taking people out on vacations that were costing $50 to $60,000. You know what I mean? So how are you going to sit there and bash me now and say all these horrible things? Basically took care of you and your friends. So like I said, it is what it is. Things are going to come out. The truth will be told. With my locked me up at the 50 Cent party. I was 50. They locked me up at the party, in the party with 50 Cent, basically. I was staying, my partner's talking to him because my partner was Tommy's stunt double from Ghost. So my partner was basically on the set with him all the time. We were talking with him, and we were there to do business about my TV show, and they came and locked me up on this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, what makes you laugh? This we all know. The same thing that'll make you laugh. So, like I said, everybody's getting their giggle.
Yeah.
It actually helped me. That podcast actually helped me so much. So I'm happy. Like I said, I'm gonna be back. And as for you motherfucker, what's his name?
Oh, you broke up for a second.
Jerry's kid, fucking mutant. What's this guy's name?
Throw away the keys. It's getting so freaking ridiculous when it comes to.
He looks like Rocky Dennis. He looks like Rocky Dennis. He looks like the mask.
Who's he talking about? Proctor?
He looks like Rocky Dennis. That's Rocky Dennis. That was Cher's son in the fucking Mask, the movie. Listen, this guy is such a fucking retard. Throw away the keys. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you stupid retarded fuck. Like these people just hear things and run with it, and try to bash me, and don't even get the story. You know what I mean? It's like, it's insane. Like, you're running your fucking mouth. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. This fucking, he works for the Gaudis, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't have respect for his show, because he basically pushes out Angel's narratives.
He does.
Well, that family's a bunch of, they call everybody rats, but at the end of the day, they're all rats. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. If you're gonna call people rats, then call yourself a rat, because John Jr.'s a fucking rat. He was labeled a rat when I was in the street. Vinny and Sharon used to call him a rat. They always say he's no good. So let's talk about your brother that's the rat. You got these people talking all this bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like you could do what you want, say what you want, but when we say something back, I'm getting sued. This is happening, all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, one thing about me, I don't sugarcoat shit. If I don't fucking like you, I'm gonna tell you. If I think you're cool, you're cool. I don't fake it on this podcast. I don't give a fuck who you are. So that's the problem. They can't handle me, nobody. You know what I mean? So I just tell it what it is. John Jr.'s a fucking rat, and nobody wants to hear about it. Yeah, I cooperated. You cooperated. We own up to our shit. He don't own up to it. You know what I mean? That's the difference. I know what I did. I know what happened with my life. He don't. He lies to himself and says, I didn't cooperate. You cooperated. You a boss. You shot with the fucking feds. You're a rat. Bottom line. Okay? So at the end of the day, these guys all work for this lady, and they come and bash us and talk all this nonsense and expect no one to say nothing back, Frankie. You know what I'm saying, guys?
No, I got you. 100%.
Yeah, we've had our battles with her.
Oh yeah, forget it. Yeah, nah, exactly. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. You know what you and Joe Molino have in common?
What?
You both consider John Jr. a rat.
Yeah, listen. And one thing about me, Frankie and guys, I'm gonna tell you all, Howie, and Howie, you hung out with Howie. I just missed you. I was doing time while you were hanging out with everybody. When you were with Berg and everybody every day, I was doing a 3 to 6 on a shooting. So when you were out there, I was talking to Berg. He's like, oh, I'm with my buddy Howie, and he was talking about you. I just never got to meet you. I knew you shot at Ronnie G when you were younger. You know what I'm saying? I knew all that stuff. I'm saying, but I never got to actually meet you. But the funny thing is, one thing about me, I never take anyone's credit from them. Joey Molina was definitely a gangster. No ifs and buts about it. Okay, I don't take no credit from him. But for you to go on a podcast and say, I deserve more time telling a judge, you look like a fucking idiot now, because you're going against everything you believe in. So you want people in jail now. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Like, you're saying you're the stand-up guy, you're all of this, but yet you're saying, oh, he needs more time. This is not right. You killed people. You have murder. You shot people. Like, you did the worst things in your life. You're gonna sit there and talk about I need more jail time. You know how many people you took from their kids by killing their family members and ordering murders and hurting people? Like, give me a fucking break now with that bullshit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then you got that little,
it's a rap move. It's a
and
rap
then you
move.
got that
what
little
he did.
fucking junkie Snuff who walks around. Bro, this guy's a nobody. How are you gonna sit there and talk about me? I actually did work. Frankie, you did work. Howie, you did work. We did work in the street. You're gonna sit there and talk about us? You never fucking busted a grape in a fruit fight? Like, are you serious? Like, are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear you. I hear you.
How the fuck you gonna talk about me and everybody else when we're in the street? We were in the trenches. We did our dirt. How the fuck are you gonna sit heroin and laid in a fucking street? Come on now, bro.
Then you're gonna go to his ex girl or whatever, and then want to put her on a podcast. I mean, what the fuck?
Come on, bro. You're doing corny ass shit, and the
Yeah.
person's scorned. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna go on. You know what I mean? I got receipts. I got Venmos, Cash Apps, Zells, everything what I did for people. But like I said, it's not about that. It's the fact that you're pulling rat moves now. You want me to do more jail time, but you're this big gangster tough guy, but yet you're asking for people to go to jail. I don't understand that. Pick a side, motherfucker.
That's definitely a rap move.
Yeah, of course it is.
That's a big time rat move.
That's a big time. Yeah. And what gangsters do that? They go to talk to fucking someone's girlfriend and
anybody else would have done that. He would have been calling them a rat.
On them no good, Howie. They would have been labeled no good. They're this, they're that. So what? These guys get away with it because why? I mean, he got shelved. I mean, someone blew his place up. I mean, obviously he's no more. So put me on your show. I'll gladly come on. I'll gladly go on the show with them. I'll gladly sit with them.
You know what? I know you will. 100%.
No security. Put me in that motherfucker with them. I swear to God, they would never. They would never. That's what they are. All they are bulls as fuck. I would love to see them motherfuckers, and they would never do shit. Two fucking loudmouths. That's all they are. Fucking junkie and a fucking washed up fucking 67-year-old Philadelphia gangster. Fuck out of here, bro. Got me fucking mad right now.
I can't believe he said that. You know how bad that looks in everyone's eyes.
Yeah, I need more jail time. But you're a stand-up guy. But you're asking for people to put me in jail. Really? Now he's Captain America. Now he's not. You know what I'm saying? Now he's a good guy. Did he forget he shot Nicky Scarfo's son on Halloween Day? Did he forget he ordered both murders, killings? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, did we forget about that stuff now? Like, really?
Yeah, but yeah, man, fucking, and I really wish fucking everything works out for you in this fucking thing. And I think it does. I mean, they even know it's fucking bullshit. And,
hey, Gene, let me ask you, because you were talking about if you can talk about it, you were talking a little bit on Instagram with the strong arm robbery charge. What's the thing with that?
I could talk about that. Basically, so in New York, this wouldn't even be a charge. So it's because it's Florida. If you pull something from somebody's hand, no matter if you're their boyfriend or girlfriend, you know the situation, it's still considered strong arm. Like if I pull your car keys from your hand in Florida, that's robbery.
Right.
Your friend. Even if you're friends. Okay? So basically, I got charged with armed robbery because I pulled something from somebody's hand and then I stewed the person the next day for the whole day. Okay?
Right.
Charged me like a week later. All right? Think about that.
Yeah,
So
it's like, I mean, they didn't even hold you. If it was so fucking bad, they would have held you a lot longer than they did. They even know.
Listen, it's bullshit. You know, like I said, it'll be all worked out. It looks worse than what it is, but like I said, the lawyer that I hired, really good. And he says, "Thank you, Joey Molino." That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you,
We were
Joey
talking about
Molino.
that yesterday with Howie. I was like, "Watch, that's the worst thing that woman could ever do."
Thank you, Joey Molino. You just looked out for me, you fucking dumb dick, derelict fuck. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure you guys don't like each other.
Yeah, I would love to bump into him, but he's too old. So I'll take Snuff. That's all. He's 36 years old.
Are you fighting somebody soon? Are you fighting somebody soon, Gene?
I'm trying to fight John Guy III, but they won't agree. Roy Jones Jr. will be my trainer, my corner man. He agreed everything. He agreed to everything to me. He reached out to Don King, to Dana White, to get me in the ring with John Guy III. And the father, John Jr., is being a faggot, saying, "I don't want to do it, and I do it." So let's see what happens. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his reason is probably he don't want to see you make money.
Yeah, but he's a
Yeah, yeah.
rat. This is what I'm not understanding. I'm trying to break it down to everyone. He is labeled no good. Like I'm from Howard Beach, Queens. You all know my neighborhood. We all come from the same area. Howie, you know. Frankie,
Yeah.
you know how our neighborhood is. That is a soap opera of organized crime. That is the motherland. They're saying he's no good. He's no good.
They said he was no good when I was out in the street. Wise guys, captains, everyone
That's what
was
I'm
saying that he
saying.
was no
It's
good.
like Howie, you know the deal. You know the deal. We were the same. We were under the same umbrella. You know the deal. Like he said, no good. You're no good. That's it. They're not gonna lie on you and say that.
We've done a bunch of shows proving, that what he did, is a rat move. Sitting down with the
Right.
government.
Well,
That's
sure,
a
sure it is. I
that's a
mean, anybody else with a fucking, but they get a fucking pass. Come on, anytime you sit down with a fucking the government and talk at any fucking level, it's a rat move, especially in that life. He's not a civilian. He was actually fucking calling the shot for his dad when he was out there. That he knows that's what it is. Put it this way, he thought that whole fucking 302 would never come out anyway. So
Well, how about this? Johnny A. was best friends with his attorney. I met him multiple times. Mike, the one that passed away, he did a lot of cases. He actually, the reason why Joey Molino calls John Jr. a rat because that was his lawyer, and he knew that John Jr. ratted. You know what I'm saying? They had the same lawyer. The guy
Yeah.
Mike, he passed away, and he told us blatantly that John Jr. cooperated. And he just couldn't come out with it because he'll lose his job. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
yeah.
So that's
Vincent
how we.
Michael says 3 rats calling him no good. Listen, I I own up
Takes
to
one
my
takes
shit. Your
hey it
buddies
takes
don't
take,
own up
it
to
takes
it.
one it takes one to know one.
They
I mean,
don't
what
own
the fuck?
up.
Shit. Self-awareness. That's what it's about. They don't have any Vincent Michael, whatever. And if you want to debate it with us, come up here and debate it with us.
Really, you know what I mean? So like I said, it's all hypocrisy. It's bullshit. It's like, you don't want to get in the ring, have your son get in the ring with me, and it'll be a big ticket. I mean, the people that are gonna, my social media is huge right now. My Instagram, everything is going so viral. Right now, we could fucking get this popping and make a lot of money with this shit. But like I said, these guys are all trying to play the role, you know what I mean? So it's hard to make it happen.
What do you mean by that, Gene? Like, why don't you have a podcast right now? Like, what's stopping you?
I don't want to do I had the Johnny and Gene show. We started the
Okay.
mafia genre. You know what I'm
Good
saying?
show.
After that, I just didn't want to do it no more. I'd only do
Okay.
it with him. That was something that we did together. And like I said,
I
I
mean,
just like
because it doesn't have to be about the mob and crime, right? You can do whatever you want.
right. But you know what is people love me for my true crime, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. I know they like to just talk to me, but like I'm known for like my true crime and my crazy stories. So it's like I think they'd be bored if they didn't have what they want. You
Hey,
know what I mean? I rather just do it the way they like it.
I
And
you know what I think you would be successful at? You ever see these people that they just vlog and they just basically record their daily routine and uh, I see like that guy fucking Fusi, whatever his name is, that all he does is record himself all day long, going to the gym, doing this, that, and the
right.
guy's got millions of subscribers. I can
Yeah,
see, I can see
well, I
you
get
doing
shadow
something like
banned a
that.
lot. That's the problem too. Like I would be a lot bigger, but they shadow ban me like crazy, because the way I talk. So like it's kind of
Right.
like they censor me a lot. So other than that, I would be even bigger. My Instagram goes so crazy, and then they stop it if I start like cursing things. They shadow ban you quick. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's a problem.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll loosen up now that Trump's president.
What's that question? It says, "Hey Gene, how you doing? Love your book. You mentioned he abused Tony Allen Rock. Can you, elaborate on this?" Yeah, that is true. He went after all of them, but he actually liked Mike Rock and he liked Al. It was just over a little stupid situation, but yeah, he definitely went after them by St. Helens. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, didn't he tell Al to we could take off our badges?
Oh, many times. Many times he's tried to fight Al, yeah. Over Mike Palmacio, because they're always abusing Mike. You know that, Howie.
Yeah.
Always abusing Mike Palmacio, and then Ronnie got to go crazy over it because he gets so embarrassed.
Thank you,
Hey,
Roro.
listen.
Shout out, Roro.
Regardless of what happened between me and Ronnie in the past, we became really good friends after that, and I got a lot of love for the guy, and I know he has a lot of love for me as well. I
Yeah.
used to, we used to ride motorcycles together, and if I went away on a little skid bid, when I came home, I used to stop by the house, and
Yeah.
we really genuinely became good friends after that situation.
Yeah, yeah. Ronnie's a tough guy. I never take that from him. Ronnie was definitely a legit
No,
tough guy.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the other thing too is that did you have one of the Gotti kids? He was around you guys, right? Which,
Yeah, he hung out with
which
me. Little Gotti, Peter's son hung out with me. I had him with me. That's Peter, Peter, Uncle Crumbs, the one that had, John Senior's youngest son, Peter, who's actually the worst one out of all of them. His son was actually my with me.
okay. Now the thing, the reason why I ask is because, I mean, they weren't that relevant anymore. If this kid wasn't around the Gambino family, he was around the banana. He was burning cars
Right.
for Vinny Asaba. I mean,
Right.
I mean,
I actually put him on that with me. Yeah, Vinny had me doing. I took John with me because I was trying to groom him to do everything with me. You know what I mean? I liked him, and it was hard for me to get him with us because they didn't want him because of his last name. They hated it. They hated that name. It was tarnished already. And I said, no, the kid's legit. And then we got him. You know what I mean? And I got him to put him with us and hang out with us.
no, I
I
got you.
I actually got I actually took your cousin Johnny Boy on a couple of robberies back
Yeah,
in the day.
Johnny Boy was crazy. I'll tell you that. Johnny Boy was definitely a
Yeah,
wild one.
he used to always come to me like, yeah, come on, take me on a score.
Yeah.
And we did a couple of robberies together.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I said, that neighborhood was a soap opera. Now it's washed up, but that neighborhood was such a mafia soap opera. It's crazy. People don't even know. You have to know to really know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ozone Park, Howard Beach in its day was crazy.
Oh yeah. That whole
It,
part of Queens. I mean, all the way
it,
up to Woodhaven,
it
exactly.
really was. It was
Yeah.
just fucking organized crimed out. You know what I mean? Now it's just washed up,
Yeah.
but it's still different now. But I just want to thank you for having me on. Stop by. I wanted to say my piece, and I'll come
Appreciate
on
it.
again whenever you want me, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming by, Gene. Love you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gene.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Howie, we
coming
got to
by,
Good
man.
luck with
Howie
your
Frank
case,
guys.
bro.
I'll come back
Thank
on
you.
with you again. All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
All right, bro.
100%.
Good talking to you.
All right, have a good
100%.
Salute,
night.
man. Take care. All right.
Good luck,
Good luck.
brother.
Good
Good
luck.
luck. Well, there you go.
Gene Borello, ladies and gentlemen. 188 people in the chat. Please hit the like button if you can. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Thank you, Vinny Boombot. Sorry we missed the.
And there was the one guy who said our show was going to shit. Why? We invite
Well,
anybody
thank
on
you.
our show.
You
And
should have advertised Gene coming on. You probably would have had a lot more people watching.
yeah, I guess. You're right, Howie. But at the same time, I didn't want to turn it into a fucking circus.
Oh,
So
in case he didn't make it or something.
Yeah, I just wrote special guests on the
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, good
Yeah, I
point.
guess too, in case you didn't make it. Yeah, that would have sucked, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have sucked, especially if we would advertise that. But it was a treat for our people here that wanted to hear his side of the story. Kind of, he can't really get into that much, but he's out. So I mean, if he's out, it couldn't have been as bad as we think it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But people are always gonna. He's a controversial figure. People are always gonna either you like him or there's no in between with him. And Vincent Michael, it turned into a circus.
What turned into a
We're gonna have
circus?
bad shows. I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I mean?
What turned into a circus? The
I
show?
don't understand myself. I don't get it.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't remember who someone said don't ruin the show with this or whatever. Hey, listen, guys, we're gonna do all types of things on the show. Frank happened to speak to Gene today, and
Okay.
he came on the show. I mean,
and-
we're no better
yeah,
or
I
worse
don't-
than
I
anyone
don't- I
else.
don't-
That we're just doing a show, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously,
I'm
you
surprised.
see,
I'm surprised they feel that way. I mean,
It's not that. It's one person, but
Yeah.
I didn't know. It's like you said. I don't see where we went wrong. We
yeah,
covered.
I don't think having
No.
one guest on speaks. If you don't like the guest, that's perfectly fine. That doesn't
Right.
speak for the future of the show. It doesn't speak for
Exactly.
the past of the show.
That's what it is. They probably didn't like the guest. They're a Joey Molino supporter, and
Right.
that's the way they feel.
Right.
But
yeah.
sometimes I watch shows, and I don't even like the show. I just like watching the guys doing the show make assholes out of themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
I call it hate watching.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Do a lot of that. Stevie B, what's going on, buddy?
Stevie B, the body, your body. Remember that?
Man. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was fine. That was fine. I think maybe, I don't know. If you guys don't like it, that's fine, but whatever.
It's great having him. It's great having any guests we have here.
Yeah.
There's some that have been questionable.
Maybe we
but
didn't do enough clips tonight, and not enough Sammy for everybody. Maybe that's what it was.
that's Howie's favorite. Go ahead.
That's the latest. That's the latest.
That's a
Sammy.
new one. Yeah.
That's a new one.
That's the new one he does.
That's the Grand Theft Auto Sammy.
I mean,
Wasted.
yeah.
Yeah. It looks like he's having a good time in his old age.
Seems
yeah,
like
no,
it.
he is.
Definitely
I
seems
the
like it.
one-
I mean, you know,
I like the one where he's doing the music.
what, the dancing?
Where's Latrell?
Dance for?
Where's Latrell?
Well,
Can you guys imagine this? Because you guys grew up or with these guys on the street. I mean, it's got to be funny, especially for you guys, to see some of that stuff.
Well,
Oh,
you know, now that I became a rat, I've done a lot of things I would have never done, before. But I've Sammy takes it to a new level.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you, Vinny Boomboss. He says $10. He says you are too crumb
Thank you.
bum.
You're a real crumb bum. You're a crumb bum, a real crumb bum.
Thank you. I think Vinny Boomboss just wants us to play the clips.
Yeah.
Give me some Carmen Lemondozzi. Yeah, I still haven't saved the Sammy on Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, I got to get that one.
Carmen Lemondozzi.
What else?
$20 for Mr. Matt. What's going on, Matt? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you always.
What else do you guys want to talk about?
Whatever. I mean,
All right. Should we give David Price his wish before we continue?
What's that?
He says, let's see Proctor Key Fob outrage.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. James, you still have an open invite to come on, sir.
yeah, you do definitely.
Throw away the keys. It's getting so freaking ridiculous when it comes to Gene Borello. Throw away the key.
Against the guy.
That's got to be a spare key. I would never throw my car key like that. That's got to be like one of them old retired keys. The key graveyard.
Bernie
basket.
Seretti says, "What's up, Seretti? My man."
You know-
Anybody have questions for Howie? Please. I mean,
Do you guys ever meet Andrew? I think he might mean Andrew DiDonato.
No, I never met Andrew. I mean, I knew who he was, but I never actually met him. I'm sure we were probably at some of the same places, because if I'm at an occasion that has to do with Nicky Carrazzo, I'm sure he was there. Just we never actually met.
Gotcha.
JC Throwback Films, $2. Thank you so much. Great show. I listened to you guys on Gunswell. Thank you, JC Throwback Films. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys were on there in the morning, right? Basically, late night.
Yeah, we were there last night. We had fun. It was a good, Gunsmoke's back. Before the show, there was always Gunsmoke, and that's where we met. And it's good to see him back.
All right, so Vinny Boombots is throwing more donations, and he's saying $10 for Sammy of Misfortune. Do it. All right. Well, if you're gonna pay, I got to do it. What do you want me to do? And then I do have a question for you, Howie. Actually, but we have
I do too.
We have to do Sammy the Bull Wheel of Fortune first. Sorry,
No problem.
the guy paid for it, so I have.
Yeah, maybe you can get guys to pay a larger amount so you don't play it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys can battle.
that's
You guys
so
can battle.
typical Howie right there.
All right, let me set this up. All right, blame Vinny Boombots, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to cancel out Vinny Boombots' request, you can double his donation. That's a good idea, Howie.
Yeah.
That's pretty kind of very, very innovative.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Jimmy, Calamandria. Can't accept that.
Well, wow, okay.
I saw.
Oh, that's definitely a good idea, yeah.
Gene Borello.
Well, wow, okay.
I saw.
Oh, that's definitely a good idea, yeah.
Michael Franchise.
Can't accept that. Well, wow, okay.
I saw.
Oh, that's definitely a good idea, yeah.
Tony Bananas or Saint Nino, whatever his name was.
Can't accept that. Well, wow, okay.
I saw.
Oh, that's definitely a good idea, yeah.
Bad Beach Guys.
Wow, okay.
I saw.
Oh, that's definitely a good idea, yeah.
Carmine Lenardozzi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the last one. All right,
That's-
blame
that's
Vinny
my
Boombots
favorite
for that.
one.
What?
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't saved it yet. I got to save it. All right, Mike the printer. What's going on, man? I saw your comment up there when Gene was on. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's why I asked. He was close to Carranza, but never means. Oh, I don't know what that was in reference to. So you had a question for Howie, Frank.
What do you miss about New York, Al?
The food.
This is a New York show.
Yeah, the food. That's
Food,
about
yeah.
it. Just the food.
Gotcha.
You know, don't get me wrong. I miss the old days when, you know, you had the social clubs and the cafes, and there was always people around, and you know, we had some good times back then.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously, you know, we go back to New York. It's not going to be like that anymore for us. Not even not just because we cooperated, just because it's just not like that anymore.
It's a different place.
Yeah, but the food I miss. You know, just being able to go to a deli and getting some good Italian bread and you know some fresh boar's head cold cuts. You know,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
taking a ride to this pizzeria, that pizzeria. You know.
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
for
you know
sure.
what? That 2K is a friend of mine, and you know, I'm really sorry I haven't gotten back to you. I'm definitely going to make an effort to get back to you. That's an old friend of mine, 2K.
2K.
Shout out to
2K. Thank you, buddy. Question from David Price. Do you really miss the action? That's what he says.
Yeah, I missed the action when there was action. Yeah. I mean, you know, I mean, sometimes you know it was fun getting into a little trouble. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
You know that was you know, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes you know, when we were getting ready to go out to a club and you know having a few drinks at the bar before we left, like sometimes I left wanting to get into a fight at the club before I even got there. You know,
Oh,
just
not
because.
you.
No, not me.
No, not you. Did I ever eat grilled cheese off the radiator? No, no, no. I
Vinny
didn't do those things.
Boombots. Thank you, buddy. $10
Well, I
for
did
Vinny
9 months
Boombots.
state actually, but it was because I was in between federal bids. But no, no, I never ate. Did you, Howie?
No.
Grilled
No.
cheese off the radiators. Hey, what's
No.
up, Common Sense? What's up, my
Common
man?
Sense,
Brian
what's
G.
going
How are you, my man? You just missed Sheba before. Brian's a cat guy. Brian G. He rescues cats. Him and his woman, which is a good thing. Which is a great thing, actually.
Well, he better not get a cat like you got.
Well, that's a heavy fucking cat.
That's a tough wrestle.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about Vito Guzzo. He was. I remember years
What's
ago.
up, Common Sense? Oh, I'm sorry, Frankie.
I remember years ago there was a cat on the street and just got nipped by a car. And this is crazy, right? Frankie, how's your race? My ass is good. But bullocks. My ass is good so far. Yeah, nothing goes in it. Anyway, and he took the cat to the veterinarian and he paid $600 and he didn't have the money at the time. He was going through a little hard time, and you know, it's just crazy that people always there's different sides to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember my ex-wife's grandfather had this little Pomeranian, right? And he was able to sneak underneath the fence, and he did that one day to attack my pit bull, my Staffordshire Terrier, and he evidently my dog grabbed him from behind the head and squeezed so hard that his eyeball popped out of his head.
No fucking
So
shit.
I get a phone call from my ex-wife, crying, "Oh, Buster, he knocked the name of the other dog was Baby. His eyeball popped out, but anyway, the eyeball popped out, but it was still connected, and the vet put it right back in the socket, and he was all right." And I remember I paid $500 for that, right? And then like a few weeks later, a fucking cat takes that fucking eye out of him.
Oh my god!
I'm like, geez, all I had to do was wait a few weeks, and I wouldn't have to fucking pay the $500.
Jeez.
I'm kidding. I'm actually a huge. I mean, that really did happen. I'm actually a huge animal lover.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know you are.
yeah, huge animal. Like, you ain't gonna abuse a dog or a cat, whatever, in front of me. The only reason why I won't own a cat is just because they shed so much. But other than that, I like cats. Just as much as I like dogs.
It's the first cat I ever had. Actually, my mom had one time, and but but she was close, so I wasn't. And this is the
Yeah, I
first
mean,
cat I ever had. I've kind of, I'm close to her now, 7 years later. You know what I mean? But I always been a dog person myself.
yeah.
So
Well, cats, they're so easy to have. They take care of themselves.
Yeah. This one's got all she does is eat.
here's a question from Lewis Webb. I'm going to add on to it because it kind of has something to do with my question. So Lewis Webb says, "Do you think Nicky Carrazzo would have made a good boss for the Gambino family?" And then my addition to that to you, Howie, is what's the difference between him and JoJo? How do you delineate between them, like character wise?
Well, first of all, Nicky Carrazzo was the boss of the Gambino family for a period of time, and the difference between Nicky and JoJo, JoJo was more vocal. Um, he like if you fucked up, Nicky would throw you a beating, but then you'd still resume to whatever it was you're doing. But JoJo would hurt you in your pocket. Like he would take whatever it was you were doing and he'd take it away from you.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're I mean, I didn't spend a whole bunch of intimate time around Nicky because he had the club in Canarsie, and the only time I ever saw him was if he came to stop by his parents' house, which was around the corner from the club, or like at an occasion. But yeah, they're different, yeah. Like they said, Nicky was tough with his hands when he was younger, and JoJo was dangerous. He'd grab anything and turn it into a weapon.
All right.
So apparently, there's big smugglers of gay porn somewhere in Norfolk, wherever that is.
What?
I don't know, Santino Cingolini.
Oh, come on. Pasta Batati, my man, what's going on? Was Howie familiar with Wiggles? They say Vinny Ocean owned it, which I was surprised by. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Joel Kane knocked out Vinny Ocean and Wiggles.
And nothing came out of that, huh?
No, well, I mean, Joel Kane was with Junior at the time, and they were pretty much untouchable back then. So
yes, very true, very true.
especially since Vinny Ocean, that family was like kind of like answer to the Gambino family. So
And yeah, and nobody really. I did that episode of with Junior. I don't want to get on the Junior thing too much, and people don't understand how much pull that guy. He did a lot of fucking shit that was you know out of the norm. Things that stepping on lines, disrespecting people of other families. One case was they tied up that kid Jeff, Patty Catalano's kid up, which is like taboo, and he used to get away with a lot of shit just because of his dad.
yeah, yep.
You
I
know that shit
mean,
follows you, man. Years later, it really does. I'm telling you.
I would imagine he's gotten tongue lashings at times, but you're dealing with the guy's son. I mean, he's not gonna kill his son
No,
over
no,
fucking a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they did. Plus John was always in the news, and he John, before he became boss, he still had a lot of respect from all the different families. He was a good politician.
yeah, no, for sure. He was well known way before he became a boss. Then when he became a boss, he became fucking internationally known, and
Right.
that didn't help his son's ego one bit.
No.
David Price says, "What about Blaze Carrazzo?"
Blaze Carrazzo wasn't anything like Nicky and Joe. Blaze Carrazzo was more of like a down to earth guy.
Yeah.
You know, kidding around a lot and basically, you know, uh, spending more time with the peasants than like he just wasn't. He wasn't cut from the same cloth as his brothers.
Right, it wasn't
Like
wired that way. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, and and plus he had his little gambling addictions, and he was always getting in trouble with that when he was younger.
Okay.
And yeah, he was bad with money. Everyone knows that. And yeah, he wasn't like his brothers. You met JoJo or Nikki. You knew these guys were serious guys. I mean, JoJo was 24/7 gangster. Even when we were by ourselves, like you rarely fucking see him telling a joke or just being silly. Never, never,
Really.
never. Always fucking serious and no nonsense type of guy.
How about his son? That's the lawyer.
Joseph?
Yeah.
He was like when I first met him, he was starting law school, and he Ronald Rubenstein was his mentor. Joseph, he was actually, he was easy to get along with, but out of the two brothers, Joseph and Rocco was more easygoing than Joseph. Um, you know, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I got along with both of them.
Okay.
Hey, bro, what's Mo? What's up, Mo?
What's
Your
up,
girl
Mo?
Mo's here, Howie.
Huh? Yeah.
Mo.
What's up, Mo?
Frankie, Rose's Pizza sucks balls down. Fucking horrible time. That's why my ass hurts.
Frank,
You guys ever run into any dog fights with pit bulls or anything cruel like that? That's from Mastiffs.
Mm-mm.
I actually saw a dog fighting videotape that Joe King came across.
Jeez.
And yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be cool with that at all. Nah.
Mike the
Okay.
Printer. Did Howie interact with Wild Bill Catolo in Brooklyn before Bill moved to Staten Island?
No.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
and Blaze, he's got a twin brother, Anthony, and
Mhm.
Anthony was even more kind of like softer than he was
Easy.
the softest. Yeah, he was more. He was aspiring to be an actor, and he was
Yeah.
always you know joking around, and but he was definitely a sore loser when he lost in cards.
Was he?
Yeah, he get mad. Yeah.
Did I tell you the time he convinced Caesar that to go into the movies?
Yeah, yeah.
I told you about, but Dominic Cefalu's dad, Uncle Mike, he asked him. I'll get into that story some other time. It's a great story, though.
Easty
Uh,
Kid says how he talk about Bronx Gambinos.
I never really socialized with the Bronx guys. Like the Bronx, Queens, and Brooklyn, they're like, basically, they're like, they never really intermingled, unless it came, unless it once you become a made guy, then obviously you're dealing with other made guys from the different boroughs. But as far as that, like it could have been another country, the Bronx. You
Yeah,
know,
no, I get it. Did
you
I
know,
tell you the
like
time I met that guy Zeph? Used to drive around Frank Lowe.
I did know Nick LaSauce from LaSauce Buick back in the day. He was a Bronx guy. He would, we JoJo used to buy some cars from him. He had a dealership, and he was a nice guy. But it wasn't. I didn't really socialize with a lot of Bronx guys.
Okay.
How old is Blaze? Melissa asks.
I would say he's probably in his 70s now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Actually, Pasta Batate sent me a message earlier. He wanted me to ask you something, Frank, and Howie, you could answer it also. He was wondering because he knew Vito and stuff. Who's Anthony Guzzo? Is that his half brother?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the one Panisi always talks about, right?
Mhm.
I guess Pasta Batate wanted to know if you knew anything about him? Did you know him on the streets? Any one of you guys?
No, and I'll explain. Somebody asked me the same question today. Because when Vito started coming around, Anthony had been in jail for maybe like a year or two, so he was in jail already. They on a homicide, manslaughter, attempted homicide, and an attempted homicide, a homicide and an
Okay.
attempted homicide. And by the time Vito goes to jail, and then I get picked up a couple of years later, his brother comes out around like a year after I got locked up. So I
Yeah.
never got to meet him.
He barely missed his Vito's like whole like reign. Like he went away before Vito was really acting like Vito, and obviously he came out and Vito was away already. Yeah, he missed a lot of years.
Yeah, he hasn't seen his brother on the street since probably '88.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
crazy.
gonna be weird when he gets to see his brother out.
That's crazy.
Yep, 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 yep.
Wow. Wow.
Any more questions? We're here, guys. Let us know. We're almost at that time, obviously, right? But
Yeah, we got a couple more questions in. Let me see if I missed anything. Appreciate everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you, everyone that
great guys.
donated. Thank you,
Thank
everybody that's
you,
asked
Howie.
I,
You're the
questions.
best, bro. You're the best.
I,
Thank you,
I'm I,
Howie, for sure.
I'm surprised that I didn't get into a problem with Vito because I shot a guy outside Hollywood's and the place was with Vito at the time, and nothing ever came out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. I remember that. You tell, yeah. Um, yeah, nothing came out of it. Matter of fact, what did he say to you the next time he seen you?
No, he actually that that was after I had already met Vito,
Okay,
but
okay, okay.
I there was a couple of other situations with anyway when I first met Vito was at this place fuck I can't remember the name. This bar was on Grand Avenue but on the uh, what the fuck? I might be able to remember it. It was a little sports bar
I
on
know which
Grand
one you're
Avenue.
talking about.
Yeah.
It had the
So
steps going up it.
yeah. Yeah. So
Fuck.
Vito was close with Joe, and this is way back, and Vito was there. So Joe Kane introduces me to him, and he says, he shakes my hand. He says, "So, oh, you're Howie." So I guess he must have heard things. And then the next thing I know, this kid Kenny pulls up in a white BMW, and Vito Guzzo starts stabbing him in the middle of the street.
Oh,
Jeez.
Kenny ends up getting killed a couple years
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
and that's crazy. His sister ended up getting married with John Toronto. Remember JT?
I don't know.
His uncle was the one who got killed with Carmine Galante, a paisan of mine, and yeah, wow. Yeah, there was the other guy, Vinny Skinhead, that Kenny used to hang out with. Vito ends up stabbing him too. Back in the day.
Right, right.
Roro
Well,
G.
well,
Sorry, now go ahead, Howie.
hey, Roro. Well, you know why I think maybe nothing came out of it, because after it happened, right? We were walking to our car to leave, and these guys started following us, and we didn't want them to see us get into the car. And my other friend fired a shot at them, so they'd stop following us. And basically, we took off because the cops were on their way. So we took off running, and my friend at the time, Frank Rinaldi, was good friends with Vito, and he actually ran in a different direction and went to Vito's house. So he must have told Vito what happened, and I guess his friend was involved. So, and it was actually his friend who the fight originated with. So I guess maybe he felt like my friend was involved. So I can't just single out Howie. He was sticking up for my friend. And
I got you. I got you. I got
yeah,
you.
I never heard anything about it afterwards.
Okay. Lisa Piscatola wanted to know if that place was called the Anchor.
No, I wasn't.
No.
I knew where the Anchor was. The Anchor was towards like Brooklyn, but on Maspeth. But the other place, so somebody just texted me. Was it called Hush? I don't remember it called him Hush.
No, it was on Grand Avenue before
Mm-hmm.
before Queens Boulevard.
Oh God, I know exactly the place where it was. It had those like 4 steps going up.
It was like a white stucco outside.
Yeah, every Tuesday used to have a big night. It was like a Tuesday
Ye-
night.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what. Yeah, we were there
Yeah, I
because of that.
remember it. I just can't remember the fucking name of it.
Mike R said he had Dominic's hot dogs the other day. I know you guys miss those. And then also Matt 20 again. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt, how are you? Good looking. Good to see you.
Thank you,
I
Matt.
owe Howie dinner.
Yeah.
For
Make
sure.
sure you get that Cash App over there, Frankie. Huh?
Yeah, I'll get him. I'll get it to him.
Can Howie answer if he knows Joe Mandel? If so, can he
Yeah,
elaborate on
yeah, I
him?
do.
Didn't
I
he
do.
box back in the day? That's from John Sidlitsky. I
Yeah,
think Sidlitsky's
I know Joey Mandel
local.
very, very well. I liked him. I was friends with his brother first, his older brother, Ira Mandel. And
Okay.
yeah, Joey's a little younger than me, but yeah, he was a good kid, tough kid.
And then the
Yeah.
cousin Howie, right?
Huh?
And
Howie
then their
man.
cousin Howie, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a Jewish name. Ira Mandel. Jeez.
Yeah, he was a big car thief back in the day.
That's not the bar. Hush. Hush was not the name.
Bulux, Howie. What's that Puerto Rican kid's name that was always at Blaze's Club?
I don't know. always at Blazers Club. Which
Chrissy
club?
Lee.
When he was still in Fulton Avenue, Fulton Street, or when he moved it to Ozone Park and Linden Boulevard.
Jesus Christ. The bar Howie was Christy Lee's.
There you go,
Christy
Lee.
Lee's.
Yep, that's
How the
it.
fuck you get hushed up? This guy fucking texted me like no tomorrow.
You ever
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
back to? You ever go to visit Puerto Rico at all? Howie?
I'm gonna have to put him on timeout.
I went to Puerto Rico in the middle '90s on vacation with a couple of friends of mine, but that was it.
Okay.
What the fuck you take the sound off?
I mean, when I was a kid, like single digits. Yeah, I went out there a few times for the summer.
Cool.
Here's a question. Howie, you can answer this. What would you guys say to the young guys who was thinking of getting into the life? Cheers, loving this show.
Well, it depends if I like the guy or not.
I mean, nobody could tell me what to do when I was a kid. I mean, I'll try.
That's
but,
what it was, Yeah, you know how many times the older
Jesus
guys
Christ.
tried to give me advice. Even JoJo's father, Lefty, he used to tell me go buy real estate. And at the time the houses were like 80,000. And then in 2002 when everything shot up, those same houses became like 500,000-600,000.
Yeah.
And I thought I had it all figured out.
Yeah. No,
It's a funny question. What did JoJo think of his brother on The Sopranos?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think he made anything out of it.
He was in the Bronx then.
Your buddy 2K says, "Hey Howie, you ever hear what happened to Johnny One Eye from the Bar by JoJo's Club?"
Yeah, he passed away not too long ago. Yeah.
Okay.
What's funny is Johnny One Eye. I don't know if it was Gene Borello's uncle or someone related to Gene Borello. Johnny One Eye hit the guy in the head with a hammer.
Jeez.
Yeah, I believe that's the night that Gene got locked up because he went back to the bar and fired shots.
Wow.
And I believe he caught his gun charge that night.
Jeez. Lyndon, he was always around Blaze and he had good hands. That's a reference to the Puerto Rican guy that was at Blaze's place. On Lyndon. Yeah,
okay, Lyndon. You know what? I don't know. I don't, he may have looked Italian and I never questioned his nationality,
Okay.
Maybe you got me mixed up with the guy.
I was thinking so. I didn't want to say it, but yeah. You got it mixed up? Could be. What part of Puerto Rico is your family from, if you don't mind me asking?
The Spanish part.
Shut up.
Yeah, the Spanish part. Mayagüez.
Okay. I'm a half a Rican myself.
Yeah. I heard you say that before.
Bayamon. That's where my family's from.
All right, we got any good questions left?
Howie, whatever happened to Billy Ballsack from Sally's Club? Is that a real guy, Billy Ballsack?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. With you guys, you could have fucking any now.
From Sally's Club. Who was Sally?
Bullshit. Lyndon is all Guyanese now. Yeah. 91 likes. Yeah, what's with that, guys? We had like 180 people in here. I'm gonna start getting like Dom Sicali on you guys.
How many people we got now?
We're not saying nothing until we get 100 likes, people. We're not doing nothing. I'm gonna start doing that to you guys. Me and Frank are gonna sit here silent until we get 100.
How many we got now?
In the chat, 158.
It's not bad.
All right, so I guess we're getting boring.
No, you remember Sally Junkyard?
Yeah. I remember.
Remember fucking pain in the ass. He was funny.
Yeah.
How about Linda the Nut?
Yep, I remember her too.
Used to drive her fucking crazy.
How many likes, bro? We'll get out in a couple minutes.
But Yeah, is there any more good questions for me?
Let's see. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any more questions, send them in. Who's that girl that says, "Hey, Francesco, I heard you're gonna throw your hat in the next mayoral race."
Negative,
You might be
negative.
better than any fucking Momo that's running now, to be honest with you.
Listen, I'm gonna run in Johnny A like the sheriff's cabinet. You might need a vice councilman.
Cuomo versus Fiordolino. That'll be good. That's a nice sound to it.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right, fellas. If
All right,
What are you
Howie.
gonna do? You leaving?
yeah, I mean, son. I mean, I could tell more war stories, but I'm sure everyone's heard them already.
Nah, you're
Um,
always entertaining. Don't get me that you're the best, bro. And you know you come anytime you want. You know that.
Yeah,
I
of
appreciate
course.
that. Yeah, you know
You
what it is
I
too.
do all your dinner.
I'm really tired too because I was up late and then I had to do a bunch of running around today, and I didn't get a chance to take a good nap, and I popped
Yeah,
on your
I know.
show. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like out of energy. But yeah, I will. I'll hit you up.
I got
will.
you,
I
brother. I got
promise.
you, brother. Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Howie.
I'm
Thanks for
talking about
coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Howie. You're the best.
my
Always,
friend,
always the best.
2K. I'm talking to.
Yeah.
You
But
bring a
yeah,
lot to the
fellas,
table.
I had a good time.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate all of the good comments from the chat, and everyone have a good evening.
Thank you, Howie.
Nah,
All right,
Appreciate it.
fella.
thanks,
Have a
man.
good night.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. All right, that was your
All
question.
right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Winding down the show. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. We had the great Howie Santos on. Then we had Gene Borello stop by to give us a little update as far as what's going on with him. Yeah, now I regret it. Maybe we should have advertised it, but I guess I hear where you're coming from. It's not about that. We'll always put up a clip on it anyway. It's not about
Listen,
that.
if we have the people we have here every week, right, and they're always here, I'm content. We
No, I get it.
came
I
in
get
here
it.
and it came in for the people that show up every time for us. So, what?
Right.
Okay, so 180 we get 360, but if those 180 don't come back, was it good? Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no, of course. The regulars are always here. A lot of regulars. We could always count on you guys to show up. You guys are the best. Tatone, what's going on, my man?
Tato. I just see that,
Uh,
that's another thing. Sometimes I
see.
look and there's
Who
people like,
owned
go ahead.
Nikki Poo on Queens Boulevard?
Oh, you mean the Nikki? Nikki, that was an after-hour club by the Sage Diner, I think. Yeah, and that was from who? The question again?
Vincent Michael.
He was pretty pissed off that. Vince, I mean, I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way our show goes. I didn't think we did anything wrong.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Come back.
I think everything's fine. I mean, listen, not everyone's gonna like that's how it goes.
Everybody, it'd be a boring world if everybody.
That's how it goes.
Liked,
Attilio Mazenga. I'm not going to talk until Mikey Washwoman Mancuso subscribes. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that to you fucking guys. Come on, people. We're not going to do nothing until I get 100. Come on, people. Don't make me start doing that. People. Pat Cogney, you'll get more people watching rerun. Yeah, I'll change it up. We'll change up the thumbnail. We'll do what we got to do. One restaurant Frank misses in New York City.
Oh, listen, we and one me and Howie used to go to. I would have to say, Doom Stammtisch, the German stuff. I love German.
You love that place.
I love Italian food, but it's not my number one because I've had it all my life.
German is your number one?
No, but it's up there. I like German food. I like that Northern European type of food. Not all of it. And it stops with Germany.
Well, the more north you go, the weirder it gets. Like
It does. Stop with fish.
A lot of fish stuff, a lot of bland. I mean, I don't want to judge, but I looked into it. It doesn't look great up there. It doesn't look great.
No. But you go like the Eastern Europe, I like the former Yugoslavia. I like Serbians. They do.
Yeah.
I stay away from pork now, but I do love the way they cook a pig. Nobody cooks a pig better than the Serbs and the Southern United States, for my opinion.
David Price, you ever go to Umberto's Clam House? He wants to know.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's why I think I got into it with iced tea.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I was being a little bit of a bully though.
What was that about?
I was with the kid Vito Love and my nephew, and we went in there, and they were all about it's fucking iced tea. So I wasn't in the mood for that shit. I had a couple of drinks. I said, "Hey man, you gotta keep doing that shit, kissing fucking ass. I can't fucking stand this fucking guy." And he looked at, of course, you know.
What's your problem, man?
You know, so it just, but he was cool about it. I was the asshole.
Yeah. Umberto's. Yeah, I definitely remember when Umberto's was at its original location. Didn't go there, but I did go to the one that's now up the block in the middle of the block, and that same guy is still there. That's been outside there forever. Hey, why don't you come inside? Come on,
Rosie says, Frank, do you remember Nino? He was the tall, skinny guy who I think managed our yellow cafe. He was always on Fresh Pot. Of course. That's Nino. I was close with Nino. Nino's actually Barlow's cousin.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Mr. Fish. He owns a place on Tica Trattoria, or he did. Really good food if you're ever on.
What's it called?
Don't tell him I sent you, though. Antica Trattoria. It's on Fresh Pond Road. If you're ever down there, go check it out.
Have you ever go to Lamella or Puglisi?
No. Oh, Pugliese, no.
Oh, excuse
Me
me.
and Nino, the guy she was talking about, we were at Mr. Chow's in the city, and he wanted to take his wife, and his kid said, "Yeah, come on, let's go." And Mike Tyson was there, and this is the second time I met Mike Tyson. And the kid went with the menu. He's like 6, 7 years old to get an autograph. He thought Mike Tyson was going to bite his head off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wind down. Appreciate all of you guys being here tonight. I think maybe, I don't know, we could leave them with a nice memory before we get out of here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hope you guys enjoy that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Well, that's good. Thanks for bringing that up, Johnny Blaze. Me and Frank are thinking about maybe if you can get time this weekend or whenever. I'm thinking about going there, maybe catching like an early matinee or whatever the earliest show is. Not that you guys give a fuck what time I watch it, all right? But yeah, I'm going to go check it out. Hopefully Frank can check it out, and then maybe we'll do a review on it. I hear it's terrible.
Really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think just watching two people play the same part for me ain't doing it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's bombing at the box office.
Chigolini says Sammy looks like a dildo with ears.
Prick with ears. Yeah, that's funny. My coworker, he likes to say that. Prick with ears.
Yeah.
Leon, thank you, buddy.
Like
Appreciate you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you for all the love, guys.
Yeah, let me shout out everybody who was nice enough to donate tonight. Ryan Brown, thank you. Melissa, Timothy, Dr. Vinny Boombots, Jersey Girl, Roro, Vinny Boombots, Matt, JC Throwback Films. All of you people, appreciate all of you very much. Of course, we'll be back for our regular Monday Night Live. We're going to put out, we're going to put out some pre-recorded content. It's coming soon. That guy outside Umberto's, he was wearing a big fur coat when I passed him. Yeah, he's been out there forever, dude. It's the same guy. Forever. Serious? Dude, I swear to God. And he'll even talk about Joe Gallo or some shit. He'll even throw Joe Gallo out there just for the fuck of it. When you go down Mulberry and Little Italy, they're trying to get you in the restaurants and this and that.
Sure.
But he's been the same guy outside of Umberto's just forever. Yeah, it's funny guy. Have a great night, Maureen. Thank you, David Price. Have a double espresso before you go see Old. That's funny. There you go. Have a double espresso before you go.
No, you're the best, Mo.
I think it was Mike Yeaney on my channel on NYC Crime Spot. I put up a community post. And he said that It might have been Mike Eady. I'm sorry if it's not. I think it's somebody else. He said he was in the movie theater with 12 people in there and 8 walked out before it ended.
Wow, that bad.
Yeah. No, I almost made it without seeing Sammy's tongue. I'm putting in workers' comp claim where I need a cheesecake. Sorry, Roro.
Stop the baloney, huh?
What do we got coming? And we got obviously got a Monday show. That one we were supposed to do today didn't go that good. So all right.
Yeah, we're still gonna come out with it. We're still gonna come out with the Bobby glasses and the island of the misfit toys. So we're gonna come whatever the fuck. We're gonna come out with that.
And we're gonna start the Janini edition soon. So
and the Genie stuff is gonna come. Yep. We're gonna start working soon on those solo episodes, the Ragusa episode, the Aiello episode, the Calabro episode. We're gonna get into all that juicy stuff.
Yeah, just wait till soon.
According to Frank, that's when you're gonna stop liking him.
For a minute. I don't know. Dan knows me out on the street. I don't know if that's true. But somebody fucking gave me a 10 on the asshole meter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get one more question from Michael Matters. What's up, buddy? How are you? He says, "Yo, Frank, how you feeling about the Juan Soto contract?"
Nobody deserves a fucking 15 year. That guy.
Yeah, that bothers me. That really fucking bothers me.
It's gonna look like Portillo Colon in 7 years, and then what do you do? What do you do?
What happens? It's a good point. It's a good point.
Guaranteed money, huh? Fuck that. That's crazy.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate all of you. Thanks to all the new people that are coming into the show. Really appreciate you, especially people that are from Ridgewood and certain areas of Queens that are coming.
Love you guys. Love you guys.
Because of Frank and some of the stuff he's talking about. We really appreciate all of you, ladies and gentlemen. And no problem, Michael. Roro G, you get the last goodbye tonight. Thank you, Roro G, the greatest mod in the history, in the world, in the universe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.